brighter than ever. Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. It's about 10:20. I mean, we're on early tonight. And I don't know, man. It's really bright. Man. Now, it's either I'm really bright or I'm not really light. We're going to move the lamp a little bit here. I don't know why it's so. I'm going to try to adjust the lighting. But that's all right. I'm just really bright tonight. Hey, good to see everybody here. I feel like I'm glowing. Actually, I'm testing the waters to see if I'm glowing or whether it's the lighting. So I just kind of adjusted the lighting, but man, how do I activate my whispering eye? Interesting. Johnny of the third kind, good to see you. Everybody here, Grilla, everybody coming in here, welcome to the show. Man, I don't know what all this. I'm going to turn the light off for a minute and see if I'm still doing it. I'm still here. Okay. Let me put on some other lighting here. What? What? Did you call me? What's going on? I'm right here. Yeah. 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 I don't know. I'm on live. I think that. I don't know why. I'm not going on. Let me give you a little bit open. We are back. My daughter was calling me for a minute. Good to see everybody here. And I don't know why I am so bright. Can I adjust myself from the... Man, it's really... I almost have it right. Almost got the lighting right. But for some reason, I'm going to bring the camera over here. I want to get a different lighting. But it just seems to be doing its own thing tonight. Good to have everybody with us. And, hey, Spirit Godsy, good to see you. My lighting is real different tonight. You know, I liked it better the way it was last night, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. And then I'm fading in out of the green screen. Let me turn the green screen off here and see what happens. I'm going to try a different background and see what might happen if I... Hey, Spirit, thank you. Let's try this. All right. We're going back to the other one. This is a bunch of big spaceships. A bunch of big spaceships. And just think, there will be big spaceships coming to Earth. Yep. Okay, we'll just deal with it. Good, everybody here. If you see me, I am somewhat brighter than normal, and I don't know why. But I am definitely glowing brighter than I normally do. So, welcome to the show. Oh, we have 62 people. It's 10:24. Oh, we'll get more people on here. I'm on earlier than normal. Hey, Flo, good to see you. Normally, everyone comes in after 11. I caught everybody off guard. Brenda, thank you for coming in. Sam B4916. Brenda, thanks for joining us. There must be another Brenda in there, too. Good to see everybody here. Welcome to Encounters. This is the late night show, normally on at 11. I'm on a little bit earlier than usual. last night's show, which was phenomenal, is on my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. So if you missed last night's show, all my interviews are on the YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News, and you can watch those previous shows. And the way it works here, if you're new to the show, I am a contactee from the 1960s. I've had positive contact with space people that are human, very spiritual, loving men and women and their children on a spaceship when I was a kid looking at the ship. And also a contactee, not only contactee, but I work with the Astro Galactic Command. I'm a host of WESU's Cosmic Eye Astro Command Radio for 21 years, and I'm also from Mars. And I simply came out of the closet many years ago. Sometimes it's me. I'm not sure how April's doing. Maybe she'll come on tonight if she might be still in the hospital. Maybe. So I haven't heard any updates yet. Jake says, "Do ET space people operate in hyper-accelerated time?" Good question. I would have to say possibly yes. They don't even operate in time. They operate beyond time. So I'd say they most definitely operate beyond what we consider time. Good question. Yeah, I believe so. Yes. I'm not 100%, I can't speak English. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she still is. And we welcome all the people. Big KC, welcome to our show. Brenda, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media that you've heard about. And I am CmdrAleon, your host. And we're glad to have you with us. Tonight, the commander is like got a glow coming out, you know. And, the lighting is the way it normally is. I haven't changed the lighting or the bulbs or anything here. Let me see here. Nope. Let me see if I bring the lighting backwards. That's a little bit better, but I'm still glowing. Hey, Jan, good to see you. Can ETs be in the future returning back to Heim? It could be, but most of the space people are not in time. They operate out of time, so there's no time. They come and go as from wherever they are to here. And tonight you're watching a slightly glowing commander. Let's see, and no matter what I do, almost got it. Almost got the glow out of there. Here we go. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Hey, Marlo, good to see you. Are the other dimensional? There's many different dimensions of beings, Brenda. So they're all over the place. So there's multi-dimensional realities. So yeah, there's no ending to dimensions when it comes to the extraterrestrials. Nope. The past, present, and future returning, no. They're all existing in their own spaces, and we're existing in our own space at the same time. Simultaneously, well, actually, no, they're all actually, the past is the past, the present is the present, and we are going into our future reality. Good question. I missed if April told a story about other night when she was taken on the ship. The 13th time she was taken, I think that's on my YouTube channel. Oh, for all our relatives, love to you and your family too. Good everybody coming in here. I know I got on early, so everyone's saying, "Oh, the commander's on." And I'll be back, y'all. Okay, they're very good, Killer Kells. So the way it works here, if you wish to be interviewed, you have to be over 18. And again, one of the prerequisites of being interviewed is no drinking of any sorts. Hey, half pint, no drinking, no drugs of any sort, no smoking of any sort on the show when you're on with the show. And what you do in your own time is up to you, but when you're on encounters, you got to be as clean as a whistle on here to be on the show. You have to be over 18, no foul language, and also no paranormal discussion. There's other venues for paranormal. We don't do it here. Other than that, welcome to the show. How did we go from 170 something to 116? This TikTok thing sometimes, like, I can't figure out, what happens. And hey, Ray and Mary, up there in the Appalachians. I know you guys are, basically documenting a lot of stuff. I watch the skies and see nothing. So Brenda, if you want to see something, download the CE5 app. It's like $9.99. It's called the CE5 app. And that app will actually allow you to learn the protocol of contact, meaning it's an app that's really good. You can download it on Android or on iPhones. And when you do, just follow the protocol and learn how to use it. Take your time with it. And then you'll visually have some contact of the positive kind. Hey, KitKat, good to see you. Hey, Manessa, good to see you as well. Arif Jamal, welcome. Faye, welcome. Matthew, welcome to the show. Hey, Bernie, good to see you. Many blessings. Gigi. So, for some reason tonight, the green screen, and now I'm sitting in a chair, so if you see me moving my head, the chair is like a brown seat, so that's all that is. Are shadow people ETs? And on some level, yeah. But I never see any of those, so I'm at a different level of consciousness. I work in a Christ consciousness, so I don't really focus too much of that. Hey, the Four Corners area. Johnny, welcome to the show in the Four Corners. Yeah, I'm glowing tonight. At least you've noticed that. Brenda says she has seen shadow people. Interesting, Brenda. And what have they done, or what are they doing? She says she's seen shadow people. Let's see here. Dominic Pollard, welcome to the show. Bo, welcome. David M. They race around and hide. Interesting. So, Brenda, do you meditate? Do you do any meditation? I'm reading comments from the line here. Robert Hurst says, why are ETs on film without clothing? Just asking. The ETs that have been documented without clothing are mostly the Zeta Reticuli. Some of them do wear spacesuits, some of them don't. I don't know why they don't, but some of them don't. Now, when you're dealing with the spiritual ETs, the Christed beings of light that I work with, the Ashtar Command, they wear spacesuits. They wear clothing, they wear spacesuits. They look just like us. Why those others don't, some of the Zeta don't, I don't know. I never understood that. As we have the train going by, Garrett, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in, welcome. Hey, KitKat. Yeah, I'm glowing tonight, and I can't stop it from happening. I've been moving my camera around, but wherever I move it, I'm still glowing. Robert Hurst, could you find out for me? There's no way of finding out. I'm not connected with those levels. I'm very much in a higher state of consciousness. I work with the Christed beings of light. I would say don't stay too focused on them, Robert. I would say focused on Christ consciousness. Meditate on Christ consciousness. You don't have to think about the Zetas. Just focus on a higher level of consciousness. Yeah, it's really important to stay in the highest frequencies as you can. Hey, Honey McNails, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. And I teach everybody to go to the cosmic Christ consciousness as opposed to worrying about whether the Zetas wear clothing or not. That should not be your concern. That's much more important to elevate frequency. Blazing Madame, welcome to the show. Elsa, Ruth Jenkins, welcome. I see you down. Wayno, well, thank you for the likes. Oh, the new people, Stella Bella, good to see you. Blazing Madame, good evening. Welcome to Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show. And this is a talk show, believe it or not. On TikTok, there's a lot of people that just yell at each other, and we do a talk show. My background's radio media. I've been on NPR Pacific Radio, WESUFM.org for 21 years. Jan, good to see you. Thank you. And I can't change the color on my screen of my face. It's just what it is. I wonder if I can do any enhancing of the picture. Let me see what happens here. Does anything happen here? Face filter. Oh, there we go. There's a filter here. I'm changing the filter. Let's see what the filter lets me do. Oh, thank you, honey, for the hat. Let's see, go to the original. I want to be just that. I'm going to go back to the original. All right, we'll just deal with it. I'm just glowing tonight, so I have to just deal with it. No, I'm not an abductee. Thank you for the question. I'm a contactee, Blazing. So I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I work with space people that are of the spiritual levels of light that are humans just like us. So I'm not an abductee. I've had contact with space people when I was a kid in the 1960s. And Patty, I didn't see that. I've been trying to go through emails, and I'll have to take a look at it. I'm sure I go my AOL later. But to answer your question, the other person, regarding, I'm not an abductee. So the person that was asking that question, Blazing Madame, I've had contact with space people that are human. They wear light blue outfits, and they're very loving. So I've never been abducted. Never had that experience. Never will. I work on a whole different frequency of light. Great question, though. No one's ever asked me that. Let's see here. Hey, Starfire, good to see you. Should we be scared? Scared of what? Elsa, what should we be scared of? Can you be more specific? Were you connected with the government? Never. You kidding me? I would never be connected with the government. I come from Mars originally. I came from Mars, which is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. And I came as a person with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I was on a spaceship, not all the time, but I dealt with intergalactic communications before I came to Earth. No, I would never want to be part of the government on this planet. Never. No, you can't be both. Either you're a contactee or you're an abductee. I've been strictly a contactee. I work in Christ consciousness, so I've never had any abductions whatsoever. I've interviewed people here that have been abducted, but I've never had that experience, nor will I ever have that experience. Hey, Lavella, good to see you. Did the government interview you at any time? Nope, the government I think the government's more afraid of me than they are anything else. The government's more afraid of me because I am not afraid of them. On this show, you're going to find that I have interviewed a lot of people since last year. When I give information out here, I don't go to websites for it. I don't go seeking it somewhere. I have all the information I need. So when I share information, I'm sort of like a cosmic book. I don't go by other people's agendas on websites, on YouTube, or whatever. Anything I need to know, I have it right here in front of me. The government kind of leaves me alone. They've tried to monitor our show here, but nothing will stop us from telling people the truth. Man, I'm so bright tonight, I'm affecting my green screen. But we'll deal with it. It's about 10:39, so the commander's on a little bit early tonight, which is kind of nice. The bigger part of our audience gets on around after 11 for some reason, so I think last night we had almost about 350 or 360 or 70 on here. Hey, Chance Hill, welcome to our show. How can you walk among us undetected? Because I play the game very well. I am human. I had human parents. So that's the way I'm able to play the game. You know, my parents were biologically Earth parents. They no longer exist. But I do have parents off planet, a mother, a father, 2 sisters, and a brother. And they're off planet. But I came here on purpose, and I volunteered to come here. I forgot the reason why until I got a little bit older, but I know why I'm here. To bust the matrix, I call it always, bust the matrix. Hey, Dimples. Do I have special powers? No one's ever asked me that question. I don't believe, I won't say I have special powers, but I will tell you this. If somebody is being affected by negative ETs, I do have the authority to send an Ashtar Command spaceship over their location. I did that last night with somebody. I've done it before, and I've sent Ashtar Command people off the ships to get rid of the negative ETs and send them off planet. So, I don't know how to answer, do I have special powers? I don't consider them powers. I just, I came to Earth with certain things in my ability as I got older that were activated. So I was given certain things that would be activated here in my human form when I got older, which is now. So I do have the ability to do certain things, and I actually now understand it as time goes on. I don't have card decks. I don't have crystal balls. I have no pendulums going around in a circle. I just am here to liberate the planet from what's going on here. And the government's afraid of me. I'm pretty sure they are. Will we ever have a War of the Worlds scenario? No, we'll never have that. There's not going to be any Hollywood version of War of the Worlds. That's all Hollywood negative hype on Hollywood's production of movies. Any negative ET movies, just throw them out the window because it's not the truth. Anything you've ever seen from the 50s movies, movies throughout the 60s, any negative ET movies, just remember they're movies. They were meant to scare you. Millette B, you cannot answer my question. Millette B, what is your question? And then we'll see if I can answer it. Hey, Marinade, peace, love, and light. Red Jen, I wonder if the person who sent Ashtar Command to last night is doing better today. Renee is the person I sent the Ashtar Command ship to last night. And if she comes on, I'm sure she'll give us an update. Do you have ministry? No, there's no ministry. Don't need to. That's a religious thing, ministry. Where we come from, there is no ministry. We have a belief in God, universal. Christ consciousness is for every being of light. We're all Christ consciousness. There's no churches. There's no temples. There's no anything. Only on earth do you have those things. Earth, that's earth-based. Hey, Joey, good to see you, brother. So I do activate my abilities when I need to in this broadcast. If I need to help somebody, I go into my Ashtar Command consciousness, and then I help them. If I don't have to help somebody, I just be the talk show host, which I am right now. How old is the Ashtar civilization, Vanessa? The Ashtar Command is billions upon billions upon billions of years old. Billions. I can't give you a specific timing of it because I know things on Earth is based on time. The Ashtar Command, there's no time. Billions of years. That's my answer. Flying Solo, welcome to Encounters. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on TikTok and on social media. Oh, you're welcome, Flying Soul. We're glad to have you with us. Deborah, glad to have you with us as well. Hey, Joe, you got right eye cataract surgery. I can see much better. Good for you, man. Very good. Excellent. I enjoy your lives. My name is Tanya. Hey, Tanya, I'm glad you're here. You know, it's always good to have good people like yourself here watching the show, and I'm glad. And if you missed any shows, Tanya, or anybody else, go to my Astro Command Spaceship news page on YouTube. You can watch last night's show and previous shows before that. Digital Keith, when will they land publicly? That won't be for a while. The timeline for at least visual contact was going to be, or direct contact was 2027. The timeline has been moved up to about a year and a half. So the timeline can change, but we're looking at about a year and a half, before anything really dramatic potentially happens. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, brother. Hey, Ruby, good to see you. Welcome. Marcos, welcome. STKV4, welcome. Eureka, I think it is. I didn't get the name. Jerson, welcome, Jerson. Thor, 444, good to see you, brother. Michael, welcome. Oh, something. Linda Dean, welcome to the show. Yes, definitely. We're happy to be here at night, as much as we can. We're on pretty regularly here, so. And Flying Solos, thank you for the heart. Hey, Lulu, good to see you. Blessings here. Dirk, welcome to the show as well. And we have people watching this from all over the world. Also, hey, Linda, welcome. Dee, welcome to the show. E. Mark. Gary Wilson, welcome. Teresa, welcome. Rachel, thank you for the bracelet, the team bracelet. We appreciate it. And also for the join my team heart. And Beyond Me Girl, praying for peace and love from all. Yes, we should always be praying for peace. That's always a good thing. Thank you for Dee following us. We appreciate it. Thank you, Candy, for liking the live. Just do it. I think it's just something. Weeping something. Diane, welcome to the show. Candy, thanks for the likes. Joanne Francis, welcome. Good to have you all with us here. Person, welcome, person. Sue, welcome to the show. Your thoughts on the Galactic Federation. So this is the way I will phrase it. All these groups, Federation, that are out there, these different groups on Facebook that talk about these things, there's one major group that represents every level of light, the highest levels of light. That's the Ashtar Galactic Command. They represent all the different councils, all the different space groups. They're like the highest level. They're like the United Nations of all the galactic civilizations of light. Hey, hey, Mercury Man, good to see you. Hey, K-Star. D-Mac, welcome to the show. Saturn Boy, welcome. So they are the highest levels. Over the years, there's many Facebook groups and stuff saying they're the galactic this and the galactic that. But in truth, there's one major galactic level of light, and that's the Ashtar Galactic Command, which represents the highest levels of consciousness. So I appreciate the question. That was a good one. We will eventually be doing interviews tonight. If it's anything like last night, we're going to have a lot of interesting interviews. Commander, do you consider yourself Martian body, the same body on Spaceship now? So in my body off planet, I have longer hair. In my true form, I have a beard, long hair, and I do wear a spacesuit. On this planet, I don't wear a spacesuit. Obviously, I was born with human parents, so I have the human experience like anybody else. The difference with my experience is I can walk down the street, go into a restaurant, and nobody there will know that I am basically at an extraterrestrial or a cosmic spiritual consciousness. They won't know that. When I go into my friend's crystal shop, I have a crystal shop in Milford I go to. They had me reading people in terms of their friends about where they came from. I tend not to want to do that because it takes away from their ability to experience it themselves. Hey, Alicia, good to see you. Would love to see it. Hey, Free Spirit, welcome. Good to have you with us. So in my off-planet beingness, I definitely have somewhat of a beard, and my hair would be considered a little bit longer, obviously longer than this. Thank you for the question, though. Oh, you're most welcome, Free Spirit. We're glad to have you with us here on Encounters. For new people, this is the #1 spiritual UFO show on social media. Normally we're on at 11. We came on early tonight, about 10:15 p.m. We caught everybody off guard. The commander's on early tonight, so yeah. And what we do on the show is we do interview people that have been contacted, people that have had UFO sightings that they're documenting, Bigfoots, mer people, the fairies, the star people. We get into all that stuff. We stay away from the paranormal, 100% no paranormal. Mystic War, welcome to the show. And we're in a state now where our planet is raising its consciousness. Not only is the planet raising its consciousness, but humanity is starting to raise its consciousness, you know? And that's a good thing. Shane Jones, welcome to our show. Martin B. Me. Hey, that's a good name, Martin B. Me. You can make a song out of that. Martin B. Me. Welcome to the show, Martin B. Me. Good to have everybody here. Truth Seeker, I like that name. Good to have everybody here, you know? Bobby G, welcome to the show, Bobby G. Pride Friends, welcome. Peggy Williams. Honestly, if I told you I'm a time traveler, would you believe me? Curious. If you time travel, who am I to tell you you're not a time traveler? The one thing I don't do here is what people do on some TikToks, because I run a show here. I've been a contactee, and I've had my direct experiences. The last thing I'm going to do is start hitting somebody over the head and say, "Oh no, you're not a time traveler." But if you've time traveled, you know, I'm not going to tell you didn't time travel. That's the last thing I will do. If I ever did that to somebody, I would have to contradict everything I stated about my own experiences by doing that. And I have to be consistent with what I am. Mahat B, you love me? Amen. You love me. Everybody loves everybody here. You know? Everybody does. Philanthropy and thought intervention to save lives was confusing. Hey, Patricia, welcome to the show. I'm just reading people's comments. DCAM, welcome. Writer Boy, good to see you. Abel Corral, welcome. Peace, love, and light, always, yes. Operation Timer, that's a good name. Les Gold. That's right, nothing but love. And you know, love is the highest thing that we can have as intelligent beings on planet Earth. And hey, Patty, and all the other planetary systems of light, the Christed planets, hey, Kellyhurst, all the planets live in Christ consciousness, which means they live in the whole consciousness of love, the frequency of love. You know, when we talk to people with their contact experiences, when they meet the space people, they talk about very loving space people, humans that are like us in human form, taller than us, that actually elevate a frequency much higher in the vibration of love. And that's really important. Yeah, love is the ultimate. That's right. Voice of One, good to see you. Many blessings to you, Voice of One. Candy Ernest, welcome. Scott Hammond, greetings. Good to have you with us, Scott. Lex Theory, good to have you with us. Marlo, love is key. VC, welcome, VC. Seeing a lot of new names here coming in here tonight. It says, all you need is love, right? That's right. That's all you need is love. The Beatles were right on the money with that one. That's one of my favorite songs, All You Need Is Love. You know, on Friday nights here on Encounters, for those that don't know that are new here, we have a special night called Ashtar Command Q&A, And we usually have our friend April from Vermont on with me. My friend April's been on the spaceships 13 times now in Vermont. And there's a whole story of what's happening with contact. And it's a beautiful experience on Friday nights. So you'll want to mark your calendars for Ash Truckerman Q&A on Friday evenings right here on Encounters. And it's a great, very good night. I'm just reading people's comments. Al, thank you for the heart. Thank you. Operation Time Rich, New Zealand. Thank you. We appreciate it. New Zealand loves our show. We appreciate it out there, New Zealand, and all over the world, wherever you are, Europe, Asia, Africa, Scandinavia, the United States, Central and South America. Welcome. I feel you. Thank you for joining us. Dominic, welcome. Mike Brown, welcome to our show Encounters. Chrissy, welcome to Encounters. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. If you're just tuning in or coming in, and we have Pee-wee on the show here. Pee-wee, thanks. Kenji and something. Kelly66, Vincent. Kelly Must, thank you for joining us, Kelly Must. Adorable Eyes, I think it was. So will one always be contacted? So when will one be contacted? When they're, I think pretty much when you're ready. I think contact, hey Al, thank you for that marvelous thing there. I think people get contacted when they are spiritually centered, when people on this planet are ready and are not afraid of the contact and know who they're contacting. You'll be contacted. You just have to focus and discipline yourself in a state of meditation. That's all. Then once you do that, you'll actually have that ability to be contacted. Please share and like. We're at 17.5. I want to get to, by midnight, I'd like to get to 100,000 likes. Please follow the show. If you're not following, follow each other. We want to get to 100,000 followers before summer to reach out to more people. I had one contact last year looking for more. You will. You might be looking for it, but they might find you first. That's the thing. So being I have been contacted, does it continue? Spirit Goddess, it continues if you want it to. You have to make the initial step to want it to be happening. So if you've had contact initially, just meditate, focus, use your telepathic abilities to communicate with who you were contacting with. And if the experiences was good, like, we talked about things, then they will come back and communicate with you. But if you don't make the contact with them, hey, Illuminated, good to see you. If you don't make the contact with them, they might not make the contact with you. Mike says, I've tried, it didn't work. So the key thing is not trying to make it work, just do it. When we try really hard to make it work, it doesn't happen. When we don't try at all, and we just do meditation and focus on just being relaxed in a relaxed mode, that's when it happens. It always will. You're welcome, Mike Masters. I'm glad I saw that, what you were saying. Rosie MJ, welcome. Brian West, welcome to the show. This is Encounters for new people coming in here. You're just finding us. We are the #1 spiritual UFO talk show and the only UFO talk show as a talk show format here on social media on TikTok. Jamie, welcome to our show. Good to have you with us. Will you remember your contact every time? Christine Miller, great question. You could, if you are fully aware and conscious of the contact, you can remember it all your life. If you had a contact 30 years ago and you still remember it, you'll remember your contacts. And you could have a loving experience as well there, Spirit Goddess. Just focus on Christ consciousness and focus on, through the Christ consciousness, say, I am a being of light. And when you meditate, just allow yourself to be in that state of frequency. People, you complaining because I don't have ministry. I don't have to have a ministry, Mahat. Ministries are all based on 3D reality religions. We don't have any ministries. We don't do any kind of ministry. You don't need to have a ministry. You need to just have love in your heart. No ministry. That's all earth-based stuff. Candy Cane says, got exposed to a giant UFO in my yard when I was like second grade, 3 other encounters. Hey, Candy, we'd like to bring you on as our first guest. Candy, I think you've got a story to tell when you were in second grade. Candy, if you'd like to come on audio, just accept my request and you'll be our first guest tonight on Encounters. That's how I do it, folks. So I'd like to hear about your story. It sounds fascinating. I'm the host of WESU-FM's Cosmic Eye Radio and WESU-FM NPR Pacific Radio. I am a contactee myself of the positive kind, and I'd like to hear your story. Let's see, including a white global. Okay, we got to have Candy on here on the show. Lizzie1111, welcome. Candy, we're going to bring you on, welcome you on the show, Candy. I'm pressing the guest button. Just press the accept on that when it pops up on your side, and we'll bring you on the show here to talk about your story. So all I know is that you got exposed to a giant. We're excited here. This is going to be good. Okay, Candy, good evening. Candy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
I can hear you.
Well, welcome to
Thank
Encounters.
you.
You know, your story captivated me, and that's how I usually pick my guests. So tell us where you are, and tell us when your whole thing started happening.
When I was very young, in about third grade, it happened in New Jersey. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm 50, so UFOs really weren't popular when I was little. I didn't know too much about them. And I got up, and there was a huge one in my backyard, and it seemed to go through my house and the house next door, down the driveway.
Wow.
And that's like on its side. Like I didn't understand how it could have done that as big as it looked in my backyard. That was my first experience. And then in about 7th grade, I have a witness to this. I was staying at my mom's friend's house with her daughter.
Yeah.
And we got in a fight, me and her daughter. And this one scares me. I don't like it.
Okay.
She went in and slept with her mom. And in the middle of the night, her mom came in the room and woke me up and said, hurry up, get in my room. There's UFOs. And when I got, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. The story's great. Continue. I'm just listening to you.
Okay. So when I got in the room, her mom had the shades drawn down so where we could just lay in bed and watch them.
Yeah.
And what I can explain what they look like, because it was at nighttime and it was over some woods, was it looked like cylinder balls, but they looked white. Yeah. And at first there was like maybe 3. And then what I perceived was like the 3 would meet into the middle one. And then next thing you knew, there was 6 of them.
Wow,
and
that's amazing.
I was petrified. I was so scared. And all I remember was finally just falling asleep. And the next day when we got up and told everybody, of course, they made fun of us and didn't believe us.
What year was this?
It had to be about 1976.
Okay.
And then 10 years later, a lady that worked at the radio station where I had seen UFOs when I was younger, my mom sent me the article that she was driving home late one night and she seen UFOs, and that was documented.
Wow.
And then I have another one.
Yeah, continue on. We're
I'm
listening.
in Florida now, and the boyfriend that I had at the time, we were in an argument. We were in different vehicles, but he was like 10 minutes behind me. And when I was driving home, I seen this huge thing that looked like a blimp,
Yeah.
but it more or less it was a huge light.
Wow.
And I literally was like, what the hell is that? Like, did they just build a tower there? Like, it wasn't like moving. It wasn't showing any light down. So, and it was like kind of at night. So I didn't want to stop by myself. Make a long story short, we didn't talk that night. We got up the next day and I said to him, I said, I seen something really weird last night. And he said, so did I. But he had seen it on the opposite side of the road. So, and then the last thing that happened to me, I did report it to the UFO hotline, was I was standing in the backyard about midnight, and this white glow ball the size of a baseball went through my yard, and it would disappear all at once, and then it would reappear, and it was always the same shape and always the same color. And it wasn't flimsy like an orb. It was solid white like milk.
Oh, wow.
And as it left my yard, it disappeared. Never seen it again.
So how long did
So
these
that's
sightings, like, so when you talk about the first sighting with the big sighting, how long did that last that night when you were all kids at that point?
I'm not sure because I was so young. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't even know about UFOs. Like I couldn't tell if it was a dream or was it
Yeah.
real, but I know it was real because I was looking out my back window
Oh, wow.
in my bedroom. Yeah.
Now
And it scared me.
Was that the first time you had the encounters?
Yes. But the
Okay.
second time when I seen them multiply, that's the one that really scared me. Like, I feared it. I never wanted to see that again.
You feared it. Did you fear it because it multiplied, or what? Why did you fear it? I'm very interested to know.
Just because what it was doing, and that by then I had known like what they are.
Yeah. So your fear wasn't a fear based on what the beings were. Your fear is more on the fear of the way the crafts were multiplying.
Right. And the threat of not being like they could have control over. Like, I felt that they could have control over us. Like, I didn't know if it was good or bad, but I felt like it was evil.
Well, you felt it was evil. Okay.
That's
And
what
that
I
could be,
felt.
you have to go with your feelings. I mean, it could be the opposite, but you have to go with your feelings at the time. And how old were
Right.
you when that happened? When that
And
sighting?
that happened in like 7th grade. And like I said, I have witnesses to that.
No, I believe you. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell you that 30 years, 40 years later. I mean, 40 years later, society has changed a lot since the days when people would laugh at you about stories like this. That's why I have a show like this,
Right.
because
Right.
people
Well,
people are ready for
I
it.
rather tell it, because I mean, I wouldn't want to tell somebody this because they would think that I'm stupid. I'm just telling them this stuff is real.
hmm hmm And in
Like,
your
I
current
was
life,
blessed.
now at 50
Well,
years old,
now I feel that I'm blessed that I got to see that, because it's something not a lot of people will experience.
yeah, you're right.
My view has
You were
kind of
blessed.
changed.
Now,
Yeah,
have you had any physical encounters with space people?
no, but I have seen shadow like animals, not
Shadow like
people,
animals.
but
You,
animals. Yeah, I've
you
seen
remember,
those.
and what was that experience like? And why do you think you were seeing them?
I don't know. I just seen it.
hmm
I don't know how to explain it.
Did you
They're
feel?
really dark. I've seen
Mhm.
them run across the road. And I don't know how to explain it. All I can say is that they're really dark, but you can make them out. They're a shadow.
And they
Like
run
it's not,
across the road. So you've seen
yeah.
them run across the road. Can you tell us when you've seen them run across the road?
I've
Hmm.
seen them run across the road and come back across the road. And I've
Hmm.
also seen one night when I was standing out front of my house run down my street.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't really
Those don't
studied this.
bother me. Those
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
bother me.
yeah,
Just the experience I had in seventh grade really freaked me out.
yeah. So,
That
what do
one
you
did.
think this? What do you think these shadow people are?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Have they
I have no clue.
when you were seeing the shadow people? Did they see
Not
you at all looking
people.
at them?
They're animals. I don't
They're
see people.
animals. Oh, so the
I
shadow
see
beings are they're
animals.
animals. That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah,
I'd have
I
to study
see
that.
animals, not
Hmm.
beings.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's weird.
Okay.
Or maybe what I'm interpreting to be little animals. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I know it's not
Yeah.
like somebody's cat running down the street. I can tell.
Yeah. I'd have to study that a little bit more. I've heard of the shadow thing, but I haven't honestly. That's one of the areas that I have not studied enough to understand it.
That's
I know people.
that's like one of the newest things that I've experienced besides the white glow ball.
Hmm. And I would say, have you had any more spaceship sightings or UFO sightings in at 50
No,
years
but
old?
I no, but now that it's so much in the open, I've been trying to look and I haven't seen anything.
Hmm. Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do. This is a simple thing. Um,
Okay.
there's a thing called a C5 app. Dr. Stephen Greer, who's a well-known C5 activist for many years, I met him many years ago in the early 90s in New Hampshire.
Okay.
So there's an app called the C5 app. What you're going to do, it's like $9.99. It's a one-time
Mm,
charge. You download it if you have a Android phone. You get on Google
right.
Play, iPhone, Apple iPhones. You can get on there too. When you download it,
Mm,
there's protocols for contact. It tells you how to proceed to learn how to do visual contact. If you get that app and you have some
wow.
friends that are more sympathetic that you get together with two or three of your friends that are good with no fear
Right.
and use the application and you will have visual contact of positive space beings. But the one thing you need to do is when you use the app, we integrated in Connecticut where we are with our Ashtar Command contact group. You want to do and
Mm,
say, I am a Christed being of light. We only wish to communicate visually with Christed beings of light from our star family. And you put it in that context and you use the app, you're going to have some beautiful experiences.
right. Yeah, well, I do try and practice that.
Well, this
I do.
application is good. The protocol, it'll give you what
Right.
you need to actually make it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that. Yes.
And in
So,
terms of this person, Logan, the space people are coming from space and within planet Earth. They're coming from both. It's not one or the other. So just to let Logan know, I can tell you because
right.
I don't come from Earth. I come from off planet. But you do have star bases in the oceans of our planet, Mount Shasta, the city of Telos. Yes, they
Hmm.
are coming from both space and from both the inner Earth and our seas and from space. If there was
Well,
nobody
I
coming from space, that would mean all the planets out there would be basically not even alive. But that's not true. But go ahead, Candy.
I did discuss this with somebody years ago that worked for the city where I live, and we're right on the water.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
he told me a story that he's seen a white light go across the river under the bridge
mm-hmm.
and just keep traveling. And he never
Wow.
knew what that was.
Oh yeah, the spaceships can come in many different shapes, sizes, and they can do things that our Earth-based program cannot do. I mean, we do have reverse
Right,
engineer technology, but that's what I'm talking about. The space
right,
people, the star people, have orbs of
mm,
light. They have different types of ships. They can do things that
right,
our Earth-based technology cannot do. You
right.
know, without a
Yeah, when
question.
I seen the glow ball, like I really stared at it because I wanted to like understand really what I'm seeing. And like I said, it was the color of milk. I couldn't even see through it.
Yeah. Yep.
It was just that was pretty wild.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. So tonight, for someone's asking, some people saying how long we're going to be on tonight. Started at 10:15. We're going to go till I think about 12:30 a.m. in the morning tonight. So it's
Okay.
going to be a pretty good show. Well, I appreciate Candy coming up here and really coming
Thank
out
you. I
and sharing.
appreciate it. I was a little nervous when I first started, but
Now, how do you feel? Pretty good, right?
good.
There you go. See, we don't want to make anybody nervous. We're a contactee, so I've had direct experiences with star people. So I'm,
Right.
just the right person to do a show like this. I've been there. I've seen ships
Thank
that are
you.
two football fields in length. Yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. Let's give Candy a round of applause for coming on the show tonight, and we're glad to have you with us. We're, definitely I'm following you, so follow us back, and I appreciate you telling your story. You're the first guest tonight for tonight's show.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Candy. We appreciate it. And all right, that's how we do it, folks. Let me just do this here. I think, like, unless the command doesn't want. Here we go. All right. You see how easy it is to come on here and not be afraid to talk about your experiences? That's what we do on Encounters. This is the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host from the planet Mars with the Astronaut Galactic Man, a contactee, and an open cosmic book here on Encounters. Thanks everyone for coming in here. Those that are just coming in here, Jackie F., thank you for the roses. And we're going to set our goals for tonight. Thank you for the hat. Somebody gave me. I'm pinning this hat here, and the train's coming by. Thank you for the roses, Jackie. We appreciate all the support, always. Lulu, thank you for the heart. Honey McReynolds, thank you for the cowboy hat. Your folks are absolutely amazing. So we appreciate you. No one canceled me because of ministry. Mahat, what are you talking about, Mahat? My friend Mahat, what are you talking about? Jackie, thank you. Thank you, Jackie F. Thank you. Can you give more info about simulation we're breaking free from? How was it created? Well, we never actually were in simulation. There are people that are proponents of simulation on different websites, but the planet was never simulated. The people that say that are not telling people the truth when they say planet Earth was simulated. Um, there's no simulation. No simulation. So, and if there was simulation, which there isn't, there'd be a whole different story. So when we look at the universe, there are some people that will say to me, "Oh, Commander, the whole universe is simulated." And I tell them, "What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? We don't live in any simulated anything." But the matrix is the matrix. We're busting the matrix. That's the belief system. So when I define the word matrix, we're busting a programmed belief system. That's how I define matrix, but no simulation. No simulation whatsoever, which is a good thing. But there are people out there. I do see her questions about the ministry, and I'm trying to tell Mahat that that's earth-based stuff. The ministry, the Bible, all that stuff is all earth-based. We don't deal with any of that. Everything, we need to get rid of all that stuff. That's the stuff that has messed people up. Oh, Matrix, belief programming. Yes, Sharon, belief programming. Yeah, absolutely correct. So that's what we're busting. People's programmed belief systems. Robinson 24, welcome. Good to have you back with us. Renee, breaking out of the old programming. And Renee, how are you feeling since last night? You should be feeling a lot better. And the space people are still with you. I've been feeling great. Good. Like I said, we're going to keep the spaceship over your location for about 4 weeks. And we have about 20 space people on your property and also a couple in your house. And we're making sure that the energy is so high up that nothing can ever come back. How many people Follow SPES. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Mahat, no church. I don't understand you, Mahat. I don't understand what you're trying to say. No church. Nobody follow church. Yeah, I just muted Mahat because I don't know what she's talking about with this church thing. Yes, the Astro Command works very quickly. Extremely quickly. So, yeah. Sandy Reed, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. Susie, Beach Toes. Hey, good to see you, Susie. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I muted Mahat because she keeps talking about religion and Bible. Bifrost, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate it. Hey, Robinson24, El Costello. Oh, the Trish North, welcome to our show. Oh, she has, I'm sure she has the Astro Command with her, Alicia. She's been on the ship 13 times. I'm sure they're with her right now. I don't have to do anything. She's got them with her right now, I'm sure. You know? And we send our healing energies to our friend April in Vermont that she feels better. Yazi, welcome to our show. This is Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, the man from Mars, also with the Astro Galactic Command, working in Christ consciousness always. It's not that they don't want to hear Caroline. Heal her. Um, just like when I pulled my lower muscle about 3 months ago, it healed up. I worked on meditation. They are not there to interfere with her or with any of us. They do have what they call med beds, but yeah, they can interfere with that. She will definitely heal. She's definitely going to heal. Yes, Freddie Jason. Yes, we are born here, but we're from Mars. Originally, came here from to Earth from Mars in the late 50s, early 60s. Mars is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants, and it's a very beautiful, beautiful planet. Totally different than Earth. The Martian population operates in Christ consciousness. Always the Earth planet here does not always operate in Christ consciousness unless you're an awakened soul. Most humans don't operate in Christ consciousness on this planet. Yeah, but they see her. But she has her father on the ship. She has a mother on the ship, Caroline. We just have to understand and let it be. It all is going to work itself out, you know. And I know April knows that more than anybody else. April's the one experiencing it, so she can express more about the reason why they can't do that. If she was on here, she could explain that to us. And that's a good question to ask, you know. But there is a reason. Can you talk about the app? Can I meditate to contact them? Yes, Chris. So the app is called the C5 app. It's like $9.99. You can get it on Google Play or on the Apple for $9.99. You download it, read the protocol. There's a whole protocol of contact. There are certain things you can use, sounds that you can use to play over a speaker that will go into space. So it's a way of learning how to do peaceful contact with star people, with the space people of light. Rebecca says, "I wish they would clean my little acre and a half of land." Yeah, Chris, if you do the app, it'll be really good. And the thing is, if we all get to that Christ consciousness, Hey, I think April is in here, and we're gonna, definitely bring April up if she wishes to come on here. I don't know if she's still in the hospital or not in the hospital, but she knows she's always welcome to come up here if she's feeling good. Hey, April, good to see you, sister. What? How about a Remington Mag 7? Okay, what is that all about? What's with all these off comments here? She's in the hospital. Let's see here. And we're going to bring our sister with our space family up here. And everyone's asking how April's doing, and she's here. I've been getting a lot of people saying, when's she going to feel better? Hey, April, welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm still in the hospital. I did a little live for a few minutes because I know I wasn't on all day and I know everybody's been worried. But I'm doing okay. They gave me some stronger antibiotics through the IV, and it's working. The infection is coming down just past my knee. Unfortunately, the only downside to it is that they ended up having to stick a line into my heart valve.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I don't understand what that means. Sticking a
So
line
that
into your
so
heart
that
valve.
means that the antibiotics are so thick and strong that the IV wasn't the regular IV in the in a regular vein wasn't sustaining the medicine, the strength of the medicine that
Oh,
they were
okay.
giving me. So it kept blowing my veins. They stuck me 37 times today trying
Oh
to
my
get
gosh.
trying to get another IV in, and they couldn't do it, so they stuck in a line that goes directly into my heart valve.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I know you're being protected by your father and mother and everybody on some level, you know?
Absolutely. It was actually kind of, I mean, it wasn't funny that I was going through it, but while I was going through it, Annabelle was getting mad because she thought that they were hurting me, which I mean, didn't feel good, but she thought that they were hurting me. So she was like charging up and down on top of the table where they had all their supplies at, and she kept
Yeah.
kicking all of the nurses' stuff onto the floor. So the nurse
Oh
thought
my
she was
gosh.
having butterfree. She's like, "Why does everything keep falling?" And it was Annabelle kicking her stuff on the floor. And I'm
Oh,
sitting there and I'm
that's too good.
laughing. But but then listen, then I go into they put me in an MRI machine today, which is a
Yeah.
machine that your body is fully submersed in, and they put
Yeah.
earphones on you because it puts out loud vibrations and tones so it can see inside your body and see all the small pieces and parts. So
Yeah.
they put me in for that test today. And then they put earphones on me, and I didn't hear and these earphones put out music, and I didn't hear the very first song because I was really nervous about being in that tube and it being so loud because I had never been in one before and wasn't expecting it. But then the second song that comes on, I started to relax, and calm myself down. And then another song comes on, and it's True Colors by Cyndi Lauper.
Really? Who do you think
Really?
decided to put that on?
I don't, I know who put that on, but it made
You,
me
you
feel
you know
better.
that. Yeah, they did that for you. Absolutely, without a question. You can't make that stuff up.
No, no, and then it was listen. It got to be such a thing because I bursted out and started laughing, and the guy thought I was having a mental breakdown inside the thing because people often flip out. So he's like, "April, are you okay?
Are
Are
you
you
okay?
okay, April?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll explain it later. You wouldn't understand." And then I just shut
Yeah.
up, because I didn't want the guy interfering with the test. So
Right, right.
afterwards, he specifically asked to push me back to my room. And this is the guy that runs the machine. He's not the guy that runs patients back and
Yeah.
forth. So he
Yeah. Yeah.
specifically asked to bring me back to my room. So I'm like, okay. So he's pushing me back and he goes, I asked to push you back here. He goes, because I wanted to ask you something. He goes, why were you laughing over that song? And I was like, I said, well, there's a specific reason, but you probably think I was crazy if I told you. And he goes, no, no. He goes, I'm really interested. He goes, because I noticed that people with the vibrations of this machine have different reactions. And he goes, I'm truly curious. He goes, so what's up? And so I went on to tell him our story about us five. And I'm like, this is going to sound nuts. I said, but this is the truth and this is the experiences that I've been having. And next thing I know, probably about 45 minutes later, I'm looking up and there's like a room full of people in my room. Like these people were just piling in and
Really?
listening to the story. And these are all people that are in the hospital that are true believers and that live in this area that have been having experiences. And they
Really?
all piled into my room, and we were all in here for, it must have been about an hour and a half total that people were in my room just talking about their experiences.
They were in your hospital room?
Hospital room, yeah.
Really? How many people in the hospital room?
Probably like six, seven of them.
Really? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and there was more, there was a lot more people that like that were our believers. Like these people like are talking about this stuff here at the hospital, and it's like wow, I didn't. I mean, I know that there's believers out there, but mostly in, like your room, my room, specific
Right.
room that people go to chat about this stuff. But here in the
Right.
hospital, there's a lot of people that are true believers and that are having experiences. Like they didn't have anybody to talk to. And when we started talking about it and people are walking past the door and they're hearing it, then started seeing these extra feet walking in. And pretty soon all these people are coming in my room and they're
Oh
just
my God.
sitting down. And I said, well, welcome. I said, we're just talking about UFOs and, cryptids. And they're like, oh, are you kidding me? Well, da 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 da. I'm so interested in this stuff. And then they start talking about their experiences. And I'm just like,
Oh
oh,
my God.
yeah, it was a whole conversation that happened here. It was pretty awesome.
Were they doctors and nurses or what were they?
Yeah, and all nurses, all
Really?
professionals that work here.
All
There was one doctor that came in, but the rest of them were like nurses and other people that do the cleaning and whatnot. But these are all people that work here in the hospital that had come in and were just sitting down and talking about their stuff.
Yeah. This is amazing. That is an amazing story, folks.
Yeah,
You're in a hospital being healing,
right,
and all these people are hearing your story and they want to, and that's a good thing. They're coming because they have somebody they can share their stories with. So
right.
I
So
think that, not that you want to be in a hospital, but evidently you were sent there for a reason other
exactly, and
than,
that's exactly the way I feel because the guy that was doing the MRIs, he's been like, I don't know, I guess privately documenting things, not about personal patient stuff, but like about the reactions that people are having over the tones and vibrations that are coming from this
yeah,
machine because the
yeah,
machine uses tones and vibrations to see
yeah.
inside of you. And he was telling me that people are having different like mental reactions to the tones and
Wow.
and I was like, wow. So I was kind of interested in what he had to say about it. But when I started talking about my experience, he's like, he's had several experiences of his own. So
Really?
that's what started opening up the door, and people
Wow.
heard us talking, and there was somebody else that he had had a conversation with about contact, and that person just kind of scooted in, and then that person brought the next person, and next thing I know, I have a room full of people, and we're all talking about the people's contact experiences, and I'm like, you guys would love this show, and I started telling them about your show, and I told them about my show, and but we probably got a lot more followers starting to come in the next few
Yeah.
days.
Wow. That's amazing, April.
Yeah.
And the fact is, are these people sharing their stories? Are they having positive encounters too? What kind of
Yeah.
stories did they share with you?
None of them had any negative experiences. They all had positive
Really?
experiences, which, left their jaws drop to the floor because these things were just like showing up or like stopping
Hmm.
their cars or like driving alongside. One of them was telling me that one was following alongside their car and, flashed their lights at them and then took off. And then they saw him again, like a year later, same ship.
Wow.
So the people were just had these really interesting experiences, and there was one Bigfoot experience in there, but the rest of them were
Mhm.
all about spaceships.
Well, you just mentioned the one where the guy's driving the car and the ship appears and flashes lights saying, "Hello, we're here." Right?
Yep, yep, that's
I,
exactly.
I I don't know. I don't know who the person was, but I'm getting that they were human. They were spiritual beings of light, and they were saying, "We're here," but just checking in on you,
That's what I
kind of.
thought too. That's
Yeah.
exactly the
Yeah.
feeling I get. I felt like they were saying hi, and then they ended up seeing them again a year later. So that in the same ship. So that's why I was like, probably your space family
Mhm.
trying to
Yeah.
contact you. Trying.
Alicia's saying, have you noticed my how I'm not fixated on my glowing thing tonight, but for some reason I've been glowing all night just like this. I can't explain it.
It's
That happened
something
one other
that we've
time.
been going through. I don't know if KitKat and Johnny are experiencing it too, but I noticed
Yeah.
that I was talking about it the other day. Like when I'm super happy or my heart is really light, I'm finding my
Hmm.
skin glowing, and I noticed it
Yeah.
with you too. I don't know
Yeah. I'm glowing.
if Johnny and KitKat are going through the same thing or Chesno, but I'm noticing that I'm going through it as well.
Yeah. I was trying to see if it was my lighting, but it's not. I'm just glowing. I
It's
can't.
you,
I can't turn the glowing off. It's there.
yeah.
Alicia says I'm extra glowing today. KitKat says, "Oh, KitKat says she's not glowing as far as she can tell," and she's laughing.
You're not a glowworm, KitKat. That's
But it's
so.
just but it's interesting. I know that you're healing now, and that's going to be very good. Obviously, it's going to be really good when you meet KitKat in person in May when we're all down. Well, I'm down here already, but when everyone comes up here, down here, it's going to be the most historic event, I think, for all of us to be together. It's going to be very important.
That's what I'm excited for, is just for all of us to
Yeah.
be together, because I can't even imagine how the energy is going to be ramped up,
Oh my
especially with
God.
all the things that, like your physical things that you and I have been going through lately. And I know Johnny has been going through some physical things as well, but his has been more on the emotional side of connection with people. That much I do know. And
Mm.
Kit Kat, I don't know what she's been going through, because I haven't had a chance
Yeah.
to actually have a chit chat with her, but I have Johnny, and Johnny's been going through like feeling my emotions big time.
Um, well, you know what? Speaking of Kit Kat, we're going to bring her up here with us because I have the ability to do that. So actually, Kit Kat, press the multi guest button. I don't know why I can't actually bring you on. Press the multi guest button, and you can be on here with April. Now, KitKat is one of the 5 people that will be going on the ship. Well, now, I'm not assuming people know this. There's a lot of people new here that don't know what we're doing. But in about less than a year, I think it is, all 5 of us are going on the spaceship together, physically off planet. If you don't know who April is, she's been my friend since last year when I met her on TikTok, and she has been on the Ashtar ships over 13 times. Okay, just to give you some background. And when we met, I had no idea. I know as I was growing up, I always thought I had other parents beyond Earth. I even though I had my biological mom and dad and a real brother or whatever. Um, and then through her contact, she met her parents on the ship, her mother and father, and she met my mother and father and my 2 sisters and brother. So it was, hey, let's see, I think Kit Kat might be in there. Yes, she is. So Kit Kat is one of the 5 people that's going with us on the spaceship. Uh, hey, Kit Kat, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
We're doing good. I figured we'd bring part of the group on here. And matter of fact, the other person that's going on the ship, I'm going to bring him on too.
Ah,
I'm bringing on Johnny. So there's 4 of us here. If Chesno was on here, I'd bring Chesno on here so you can get to know who we are.
mm,
So there's 4 or 5 of us going on the spaceship within less than a year. Chesno, who's not on right now, he's also from Connecticut. He's going on the Astro ships.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Johnny, good to see you. Kit
Good to
Kat,
see you.
you know, and myself, and we have one more person, Chesno, who's not here at the moment. So
But we are the 5, and like we were just talking about the physical stuff that like the commander and I have been going through, this whole glowing thing. I feel like a glowworm, but Johnny and I have been going through this real or feeling each other's emotions. That's been another like weird one that's been coming up. Like our emotions are connected somehow.
Yes.
Like I'll get upset and he'll start crying and he's like, I don't know why I'm crying. And I'm like, that's because I was just upset about something and I didn't cry, but he ended up crying for me. And I'm just like, this is so crazy. Like we are so powerful when we are all together. And I don't know how and why, but we are all like connected.
Yeah.
It's been a trip. The weird things that I've been noticing, especially with the connection with the emotions. Like I know like when KitKat is like when KitKat's like procrastinating to get up in the morning and she's laying there hemming and hawing because she don't want to get up and deal with the day. It's like I immediately know that she's doing that, and she can't even deny it because I know she does it. And I'm just like, oh my god, KitKat's laying in bed right now going, I don't want to get up and deal with today.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
time. Like I try to meditate in the morning. Like that's like when I'm in that zone, and I don't want to stop. I'm like, this is when I can like really.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's like that's the morning time. It's like I don't want if I get up and put my feet to the ground, then I actually got to start my day, and I don't want to just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messaged you, April. I was a few times. I remember I was just emotional, like big time. I must have texted you about 4 or 5 times, I think.
Yeah,
I was
and
just
that's
in my
funny because
emotions.
I think you had taken on my emotions for that day, and like
Yeah,
I was going through some super bad stuff. Like I mean, as far as because I wasn't feeling good, and I was just like my emotions were all over the place. First I wasn't feeling good, and then I was feeling like upset about that, and then the whole thing with my dad, and I immediately started crying because it was like happy joy tears
Yeah.
and then you texted me and Johnny texted me like a short time after that and he was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. He goes, I can't stop crying. He goes, I'm not unhappy, but I can't stop crying. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
and I told him what happened with my dad showing up and how emotional it was for me, but he felt my emotions.
Wow.
definitely. Yes, absolutely.
Very cool.
And if people have any questions for any of the four of us that are going on the ship within a year, please feel free. We're 4 of 5. Chesno's not on here tonight, but he's one of the 5, and we really are going on a spaceship. Again, April's been on the ship about up in upstate, in northern Vermont, near the Canadian border. She's been on the spaceships about 13 times now. All of us, it'll be our first times physically going on the ship, and we're going to have different things in our missions that we're going to have to do as a group, and we will be coming back to Earth. When we come back, we're going to go probably as many times off planet once we start going. As April has, we're going to probably be taking on the ships when they need to have us to learn more things. So whatever we learn on the ships, the 5 of us will be coming back to Earth, and we are going to educate and help people on the planet. We're going to be activated. I mean, I'm activated now in some ways, but we're all 4 of us, all 5 of us will be completely activated. When we come off the ship, we'll be given the tools of activation that we need to stop what's been going on the planet, which is essentially powers that be poisoning the earth, poisoning the air, and really trying to destroy the own planet here, Earth. We're going to stop that, and we're honored that we are humbly in service to a greater good, and we are humble servants to do. When I say that word servant, we are humbly here to do the mission work, and there are going to be many other groups around the world that will be contacted by the Ashtar Command. I can't tell you when. None of us can, but those groups will be facilitating, and they'll be having their contacts too as well. If anybody has any questions for us, Chesno has a new dog. Okay, very good. Good to see that. I was going to invite him on here tonight, but I can't find his TikTok thing on here. I don't know what happened to it. I can't find it.
He's under a
But
new name, Commander. He changed the
what's his
name.
name?
It's called Cleo the Corgi.
Cleo the Corgi. Okay.
Yeah, with a C.
Okay. So somehow someone's going to have to get me his thing. I'll do a friend thing or add him as a friend. I didn't know Cleto the corgi.
Well,
Very
he
good.
used
He
the
got the,
same he used the same account, Commander. He just changed his
yeah.
name. So if you're friends with him, he should be on your list.
Okay, so it's a Cleo. How do you spell that?
CLEO.
CLEO. Let's try that. C. Okay, let's see here. CLEO. LEO. Oh yeah, I got it
You
right
see
there.
it? It's a
Half
profile
pint,
Yeah,
picture of a little puppy.
half pint.
I
I'm not
just
sure I'm understanding your question.
half pint. What? That's Mary and I think Ray. What's the question I have? I just sent him a.
It says, April, do they do they warn you to stay in?
You don't want you to stay in. What do you mean?
Maybe you can elaborate on that question a little more, half pint.
You think a commander wouldn't need glasses? A commander can wear glasses. Why not? I can also not wear glasses. I can wear glasses. I cannot wear glasses. I can wear glasses. No, I'm not going to do that. But commander can do whatever he wants, really.
Huh.
When when
Maybe that's an experience just for yourself, half pint. I have not received any warning to stay in the evening time.
Yeah, it could be for them, for Ray and
Yeah,
or
it might
Mary.
be specifically for you guys on your property for some
Yeah,
reason. But
it
I
could be.
haven't
Yeah,
received any warnings, but I'm not capable of being outside right now anyway, so.
right. Magdalena says, does people being abducted have less depression or anxiety or other mental illnesses? Are they? People that have been abducted, I can answer that question. I've never been in that level of consciousness, but I've heard all the stories. It depends. Some people came out of their experiences and they were able to heal. Other people still have memories of those experiences that they haven't healed. So people that have had those experiences can always seek help from people that are like us, operating in a much higher frequency of consciousness to help them clear their body of those experiences, their consciousness, and get elevated into a Christ conscious state. I don't know that they've been depressed. There are books by people like Bud Hopkins, who I used to know. He wrote many books and he did hypnosis of people that were abducted. I think the stories of an abductee would be very different from each person. So it's hard to say. Good question, Magdalena.
I'm half pint to get back to your question. I'm assuming it's because most of the time the spaceships are moving in the evening time. It's not to be detected by humans. So maybe there's something going on that
Right.
I'm not aware of. Um, at
And it
least
could be
not at
something,
this moment.
and it could be, Mary, it could be something up in the Appalachians where you are. I think it's related to your area. I couldn't even begin to express what that could be. I don't. I'm pretty sure it's being really, as I close my eyes, it's for you and Ray to figure that out. Do some meditation and listen and ask the Anunnaki who you're in contact with about that. Ask the Anunnaki. You're in contact with them. Meditate and ask them that question. I'm absolutely certain it's up something up that area. Uh, Angie says, April, healing light to you, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. I got an early day. Hey, Angie, you take care. Madalena, you're very welcome. Okay. Welcome. I have the feeling. Okay. Our space family is listening to us right now. They got April's phone amplified. Our space family is listening to us right now. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to sing a song, and something's going to happen on that phone. I guarantee it. I'm going to sing a song, and something's going to happen on that phone. If I sing a song right now, something's going to happen. You want me to sing a song?
yeah.
I'm saying we have 4 of the 5 people that are going to be. They're probably so excited to see all 4 of us on here. And if Chezo was here, they'd be like jumping up and down on the spaceship. Hey, KitKat.
Oh, what
I
happened?
think. Okay.
We lost
I'm sure
April.
she'll be back. She shall be back. I was just getting ready to sing a song
Yeah, sing.
because I know my father likes it on the ship. I know my mother likes it. I know my sisters and brother like it, and so do her parents. That's okay. It doesn't matter, April. I think if I sing a song, your phone is the phone that is connected to our space family. Don't worry about it messing up my thing here. I'm gonna sing a song. I want April to come back up. Don't worry about your phone because we're gonna have an experience. Don't worry about the phone, April, for the moment. We're just gonna. I think they turned up the thing here. I'm gonna sing a song for everybody, and I want to show you what happens because I'm gonna sing a song for. They're so excited to see 4 of us on screen. I'm gonna sing a song, and then we're gonna let my space family pick a song. My song is going to be made up, and I always make up a song. If you've never seen me sing before,
They just said
I'm
yes.
so I'm going to sing a song and send my love to my mother, my father, my 2 sisters and brother, your family, and all the people on the ship tonight. So here's my song. We've been away so long, traveling afar. We've been away too long, hanging out at a bar. The glasses are empty, there's no bottles on sea. We travel the sea, and we know where we'll be. We travel so far, no glass is full. We travel so far, but we love you still. We'll meet one day and reunite. We'll sing a song and sing all night of love and happiness and true. We love you because we do, because we do. We love you true. We love all of you. We love our parents on the ship, and we're going to take a trip, but you will not flip. It'll be far away in a starry, starry night, and you'll have sight to be good tonight. We love our parents on the ship. We will not flip, and we will journey together on the trip. All 4 in this room and Chesno too. The 5 of us will do what we need to do. We'll come back to Earth and love you all and share what we know to bring peace to all as we travel so far away beyond the Milky Way. We'll come back someday and say, hey, hey. There you go. That's my song. I have
I
no idea
loved
what it
it.
means.
That was great.
Well
That was
done.
great.
Thank you.
They were
Very good,
repeating.
Commander.
They were
What?
repeating some of the words while you were singing. When you said far, they said far. When you said bar, they said bar. They were like singing after you.
I was waiting for a tahar.
uh, if I say to heart, they're all start, my father and my mother on the ship, my sister, my 2 sisters, my brother are going to start laughing. They're looking at me right now as a smiles on. They can see everything we're doing. They're watching the monitors. So let people know. Thank you that our space family has special monitors and they're watching our show beyond Earth. They don't even have to download TikTok. They just watching us right now. Just to let you know. So I'm gonna let them pick a song because she's using the phone that
I'm
is the
on
one song.
I'm on that phone, so they can't play music when I'm on it.
Oh, they can't.
No,
I
I'm
bet
I'm
that, I bet
on
I
that
bet
phone.
they can interfere. With all the knowledge and the advancements of space abilities, I can't believe my father can't play a song while you're talking. Ah, I can't believe it. Uh,
If I switched over to the other phone, I'm sure that they could do something with it, but I'm on
yeah,
that.
that's cool. Well, anyway, I got to sing a song for them, which is good. That's a good thing. And it's just good to have everybody with us. I'm so like in a higher frequency. I can't express how I feel tonight. I'm just like feeling like so excited, and I don't even know why. Do you have a TV on in the room? Who has
I
the
don't.
TV on?
That would be me.
Oh, okay. I heard
I turn it
things
down.
Okay, good. Okay, I kind of figured it was a TV set. So
Yeah.
you're seeing folks here. You're having an experience. You want to take a snapshot of us. This is 4 out of 5 of us, and if Chezo was here, he'd be on the screen too. We're all going on the ship, and within less than a year, we're all going to be together, and we're probably going to be wearing some sort of a space outfit. I would assume, as April's been on the ship. When she goes on the ship, she's wearing a spacesuit. Correct, April?
Yes. Yes, you go through like a field of light where when you go onto the ship and you're immediately put into a suit, but the suit also has translators in it, and it also helps you breathe in whatever atmosphere it is you're going into.
Yeah. So we'll be able to breathe wherever planet we go to. We'll be wearing this spacesuit. So it'll give us the ability to adapt to breathable atmospheres from other planetary systems. Hey, Grace, good to see you. And we're just really super excited. And if Chezo was here, I'd have him on here with us, like I said. So there's going to be many different groups around the planet. We don't know who they are. We have no control over that. Hey, Queen of the Stars, good to see you. And these groups, they could be in Scandinavia. I'm sure there'll be Scandinavian groups in different countries that are going to be going on. And I'm sure as Robar and Luna and your family, as I'm sure they're listening to this, they're probably telling us that that is the way it works on some level. I would not be able to hear the response, but and I want to thank the command for sending the ship to Renee's house in the woods up in the northwest United States. We appreciate all the help we can help people with, and that we are able to send ships to help people that are on my live here when they tell us certain stories and they need help. So I send a thank you to the people on the ship for doing that. It's a good thing. And if you have any questions regarding the 5 of us that are going to be together going in less than a year together on the ships, please do ask your questions. We're very transparent here, and we're very honest, and we'll answer your questions.
I see a question from Carrie to me, asking if I've had any experiences, and I'm not sure what kind of experiences she's talking about. I have had a few things happen. I had the first time I saw a spaceship that I could remember. I was standing outside by my car, and I looked up, and I saw it looked like a white ship, but it was far up. It was far, it was pretty high up. But I've seen them way further away. Now I realize that one was pretty close, considering the ones I've seen since then that have been much further away. And it flashed its light, and then it shot down. It stopped. It flashed its light again, and then it shot over again. It made kind of a V, like a V in the sky, and then it flashed again and disappeared.
Wow.
And I was just blown away. I'm like, what
Yeah.
did I just see?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing to me. I never saw one. I always looked. I was always waiting to see a UFO or something in the sky, and I never did. And then all of a sudden,
Wow.
it was, and I'm like, wow. And that, then since then, I've had, quite a few things happen. I had an orb fly by me. I was looking at the sky, and this orb, like a basketball size, just like floated by me, and then went up in the trees. And I'm just looking at it like, what the heck was this? I was like, losing my mind. And then, yeah, I had another orb sighting that was, it was more like in the my peripheral vision. And then I looked, and I'm like, wait, I swear I just saw an orb. and that was when I was standing outside, but it wasn't as it kind of like went by really fast. That one,
Yeah.
the other one just took its time, floating, along, and I was just like, oh
Wow.
my gosh, yeah, that was amazing. So
Wow, that is amazing.
quite a few things, and then since all this going on with going on the ship and everything, I have had experiences here in my home. Where physical sensations. I felt like there was one night. I felt like there was a band across my forehead, and it was like pulsating, and
Hmm.
like all sorts of physical things happening.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I had pain like in my shoulder. My God, it's been so bad for a while. It's finally easing up a bit, but I was like,
Hmm.
I guess I'm getting the physical pains too.
Yeah.
And
That's from the downloads too.
Yeah.
yeah, I was getting major downloads for a while, like all sorts of tones in my like I'd hear it in my right ear, then my left ear, and then it felt like it was in the center of my head, and just crazy like high pitched tones, low pitched tones, just it was like a just amazing, and I liked it. That's the thing.
Hmm.
Whenever those tones are going on off, it's not aggravating. It's
Yeah.
it's like comforting. Like I'm just like, ooh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
See? Hey, that's really good.
I do
You
the
know what?
same thing. That's why I'm laughing because I do the same thing. It's like I listen for them, and then when they come, it's like, "Ooh, that one's cool. Listen to that one." And I'm like talking to myself doing it.
And you know what? You're allowed to talk to yourself. That's why you're allowed to do that. And Spirit Godzi is saying, and this is for everybody: when you five go on the spaceship, will you five return? Who wants to answer that question?
I absolutely will return. Absolutely.
I will
I
too.
too much family here. I could never leave
Right.
permanently.
And they even told us that we're going to return. I mean, we're going just off to get activated to do what we have to do on Earth. So we're returning. Anyone
Yeah.
else want to take up that question?
After the mission is done, we will be given the choice whether we want to go back to our starseed bodies or whether we want to come back and finish out our human existence. And I know I can speak on three of us that three of us have already made our decision that we are going to continue out with our human existence, and then we'll go
Yeah.
back to our starseeds.
And even though we're going to continue our human existence, once we have the contact, we will be able to see our family all the time. We'll be able to go on the ship and be our human self and be with our families. Because
Yeah.
now that we're reunited with them, we're not going to be just like, okay, we come back to Earth and when they're gone. No, we're going to be reunited with them in our human form forever until we're not longer in our human form. So yeah, we're going to be together with them always. And we're all like, waking up to that experience. Like for me, Johnny, I mean, and I was going to ask, and I think this is a good time. My wife was asking, is she part of the mission? And I told her yes, but I don't know in what way. I know she is somewhat definitely connected, and she was asking me to ask my father or my mother, what my wife's connection is, because she knows about. I tell her what happens on the lives all the time.
Right.
So I was kind of curious.
Our families are not part of the specific mission.
Not this mission.
No, not those missions. That's specifically for the five of us.
For five of us. But how are our families connected outside of the mission? And I guess in a more non-mission way. There's got to be a connection somehow.
Our families will be connected with us and helping usher people into the new shift.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's what but part of our family's missions are going to be.
Yeah, so they're not going to be standing on the sidelines watching us. Well, we're going to be doing things, but they're going to be helping us in some ways when we come back.
Exactly, because there are other human halves, so they'll be the
Yeah.
ones that will be helping us usher humanity into the new shift. So
And
if they're
Spirit
part of it.
says, she's saying, so you five are going on the ship. So do you believe others are going on other spaceships as well? Yes, I would say yes.
There
In
are
some
other
other
groups
parts of
of
the
five.
world. Yeah. Yep. There will be other groups of five all over the world.
that will have their specific missions and their specific things that they will be doing as soon as they all connect and find each other. Some of them probably already have, like we have. We just don't know who they are, and they don't know who we are.
Mm-hmm. And Queen of the Stars, who was on my show last night talking about knocking problems, she said after I worked with her, I think I understand it, all the knocking stopped after the Astro Command worked with her. I think that's what she's saying.
Hey, Commander.
Is that what she's saying? Yeah.
I probably have to step down. I got to be up at like 5:45 for work. I'm probably gonna have to.
Oh, we're gonna keep you on all night, Johnny.
You're gonna keep me.
I don't get to see enough of you, my friend.
Yeah, I try to come on and stay as late as
I know you do. Hey, I'll let you go, man. It's been great having you on
everybody.
Here. All right, Johnny. Take care. Have a good night. Care. Thanks for doing everything.
You got it. No problem.
All right, man. Let's bring Johnny down here. Johnny is going off the spaceship.
He's going off planet.
He's going on Earth. We sent Johnny back to Earth. There's 3 of us on the ship right now. You think we're in our own rooms. You think that April's in a hospital in Vermont and I'm in a room in my house in Connecticut and KitKat's on Long Island. We're right now. We fooled you. We're on a spaceship. We're broadcasting inside the ship. We command a robar. Everything is beautiful. They make it look like it's an Earth-based house here. And the hospital is in the other room. It's just a room that looks like a hospital room. But we're all on the ship right now. I'm just joking with you folks. But it's just good to have everybody here, you know. I said, we are being downloaded so much information, all of us and all of you out there. I'm sure many of you are being downloaded information. You know, I can't believe that you're not going to sleep at night and in the morning you wake up and say, wow, what was that all about? You know, I think a lot of people are being downloaded information. Kerry 79's on Long Island, Kerry. You're going to have to come to our event in Connecticut, Kerry, on May 25th, on a Saturday. We're having a big gathering of the Astro. Well, big, we'll see how big it is. It's going to be on May 25th at an apple orchard. And if you're interested in joining us, you have to email me and I will give you the information, or message me here on TikTok. I will give you information. So message me, Kerry, and I'll give you all the information about how to get here. KitKat's in Long Island should be going, so maybe you can hook up with KitKat. You know, that's definitely a possibility. I'm being downloaded April, pain in leg. I feel other people's pain. So let me talk also about when I pulled my hip or something or whatever I did 3 months ago. The pain I had in the downloads, they have gone away. I have no more pain. It's gone. But I've been walking on it when it was hurting. I kept walking and saying, I'm going to keep walking until the pain's gone. And so that was my mantra. I keep walking until the pain's gone. I feel great now. I can stand up and have no problems.
Hello, paranormal.
Carrie says, March 13th, I had it replaced. She had a hip surgery.
Does it feel better now?
Carrie, how do you feel now? Carrie 79.
Whoa.
Magdalena is saying, before you go on a ship, do you fast or meditate? I think it really depends because we don't know when we're being picked up. So there's no way of, certainly I don't think we need to fast, but I think we might meditate unless we know that we're being picked up before we meditate. There's no way of really knowing that. Like when April goes on the ship, it's like spontaneous. I don't think it's pretty much spontaneous for you, isn't it, April?
Yeah, I never know when I'm going, but I do meditate in my own way. I use music for my meditation, and I also practice protection meditation, especially like before I go on lives and after I go on lives, after my lives are over, just like the commander.
Yep. After I do my live, I have to bring in the angels and the command to help people, cross over into a radiant light. And because when I'm on here, my energy is so strong, I open a cosmic portal. So I have to actually bring all the stuff that was here waiting to go, cross over, and then I close the portal, and then I thank the angels and the command for assisting me. So I do that after I get the show. People know I do that every night after the show. Before I go on the show, I always put a protection around it of the Astro Command around the show. So I do that every night I'm on here before I go on, before and after, or after and before, whatever you want to call it. And it always presents for a really beautiful show, you know.
After big contact happens, yes, people will be able to go on ships, and people will have choices of it's going to be a slow process of the shift over. It's not going to happen overnight. It's up to us to make most of this stuff happen. But they are going to be here helping us. They're going to be bringing the med beds, and they're going to be helping us clean up our earth and all that, and helping us with technology. But the spaceship thing is not going to be just for us five. Only for the specific mission before big contact happens.
Do you use telepathy while on other planets? The answer would be probably yes. I mean, most of the beings from other planets, the star people, can speak, but telepathy is pretty much a natural state of consciousness.
Hello, Casey.
AK Smith, how did you come up here? I didn't touch any buttons either. I don't know how it.
I am
Smith,
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. How'd you get up here, though?
No. I just want to ask people. You have trouble meditation when your asthma is on. So how you deal with it? But I don't know how I can from my tablet to the phone and bam, I'm on. I don't know.
I think you're asking how to meditate. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, when there's someone had experience with when you do meditation and your asthma is very bad on
Asthma. You're saying asthma.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. See, the reason I don't want to tell my story because my inlet is really broken.
Mm-hmm.
They know me, but I don't know them.
Right. So when you have the asthma, you're wondering how can you meditate with asthma?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to take on that question? April or KitKat?
I can take that question on. You don't have to do the heavy mantra breathing or any of that. You can quietly take those tones in within you can do it like say it within yourself. Say it like in your head. You can do those tones. You don't have to physically use your body to do that, especially if you have a physical impairment that prevents you from doing it. It's the thought that you put into it that helps put that vibration out.
But when you have to take up the oxygen.
You mean when you're with your breathing?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. You can, I mean, most people do have to do that to meditate. But if you have a physical impairment, like with your breathing, for instance, you can do other things like physically, or not physically, but mentally say the words that you want in your head. You can do the small chants inside of your head. You can do the breathing softly so you don't have to overdo it and overexert yourself. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's
Okay.
your
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm so sorry. Totally.
No, you're okay.
I don't know how I get up here. I don't mean it.
We didn't do anything.
I'm nervous when I talk with a lot of people. I can't take it.
Don't worry about it. The weird things that are happening up here. I don't even put somebody on here and they pop up on the screen. I have nothing to.
Sorry.
I actually have nothing. Don't be sorry. I have nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
It's my show. It encounters weird things happen here, and I'm just going with the flow of the universe right now.
Thank you. Forgive me, okay?
Oh, no need to be forgiven. You're fine. You know.
Okay, thank you, April. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. Now I don't know how to get out.
I'll help you. She is a sweet one. Unless our father and mother and everybody does something like if they create their own if they want to create their own TikTok account on the spaceship, That'd be kind of cool, but I don't think they can do that. I don't think that would work. They're probably. I'm giving them ideas, but I don't want to get too specific. You know, they'd have to create a TikTok account, and they have to download the app on their spaceship.
And what would be their TikTok handle? Tahar?
Tahar. I'm telling my parents, your TikTok account would be Tahar.
It'll be Big Papa and Tahar.
I know they're listening. They're listening. I wonder what the response is. You know, Dad, I want you to be knowing if you download TikTok, it's free. You can be, your TikTok account can be Tahar. What do you think about that? You know, but that's all good. I'm sure they're laughing right now, even though I can't hear any of it. But yeah, you know, so we're here till 1 a.m. in the morning. I got on here at 10:15 tonight. I am so excited and happy, and I am really happy. You know, I'm very happy. If I get any more happier, I'll still be happy. When you're in the state of bliss, you know, that's just what I'm at. In a state of bliss, everything is good. You know. Tiffany says, "Are you still in the hospital?" Yes, she is.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any questions for KitKat, myself, or April, please ask. I'm going to go moon gazing. See you all tomorrow. Connie, enjoy the moon. Enjoy the moon. It is a full moon tonight. False prophets online. You don't have to guide. What? Okay, enough of this thing. What's going on with Mahat? Mahat is, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Kay Smith, your English is not bad at all. Trust me. We understood everything you were saying. You were fine.
Yeah. Hey, Cliff. Can't see it in Pennsylvania. Oh, you must have cloudiness in Pennsylvania. I saw the moon tonight. It was really full. Hey, KitKat, you got something from Honey McReynolds.
Oh, wow.
The Har count name is already taken. I just checked. Okay. The commander is in the glowing phase of his meditation. And maybe that's part of it. I've been glowing all night or since I got on here.
You're glowing and then you turn transparent.
You
can see the picture right through your head sometimes. I'm like, what is going on?
Thank you.
Well, it's the chair I'm in. It's the chair. If I take
no,
yeah, you can see it.
I'm telling you,
See, there's the chair.
You are a glowworm.
I saw a UFO right like through your forehead. I'm like, what is happening over there?
Okay, here's the chair. You want to?
You're disappearing.
Yeah, well, that's not happening.
Am I still here?
Now you're just gone.
Oh, you know what happened? I'm on the spaceship with my father right now. Oh, wait a minute, I'm coming back. That was good. What was that? Wind force.
Tornado.
Tornado. I used to think they were bugs. I don't know what you were thinking were bugs, Steve, but it's all good. So the thing is that we have so many things to be thankful for that we're here. Did we experience anything during the eclipse? Me, I was working. I just felt an energy shift, but I didn't. Oh, wow. Thank you, Honey McReynolds. I felt like that was sort of like a space helmet.
Definitely. When they put the hats on you, your face, you just always get the surprise look. You're not expecting it.
You know what I'm going to do? I need to reach my goal of one more hat of the one that looks kind of light colored, and then I'll have completed that goal for tonight. Commander's doing the work. We all need to follow his lead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the. Yeah, definitely. I'm working hard ellipse today. I'm reading comments here. You know, folks, you're watching. Hey, Chris, thank you for the roses. You're watching the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. This is better than Good Morning America, and I'm telling you it is. You know, all they do in Good Morning America is show you the steals and deals that you can get things for $200 and that's a deal. You know, who wants to watch that? Not me. Virginia Fenn, good to have you with us, and everyone else coming in here. If anybody has any questions for us you'd like to ask us, if you want to come on live and ask us a question, I need to know in comments what you're wanting to ask us. You know, so I know there's some people that are hoping to be guests on here. I need to know what your questions are.
Hey,
Thank you.
Hey Chris, you know what I was just thinking about? When I was able to get up in my mountain, I was able to find one of the giant artifacts up there because I do have rock giants up in my mountain, and I actually took photos of it and showed it on one of my lives. I will bring that for you if you were going to be at the next CE5 event. It is a spearhead to one of their I don't know if it was a spear or one of their, I don't know, it was something that they used for a device, but you can definitely see that they had notched something out of it to put it on a stick.
And we're going to bring Oz for 200. They want to share their experience with us, and why not? So we're going to follow Oz. Again, in terms of the guest interviews, number one, you have to be over 18, no foul language, no smoking on here, no vaping, no drugs, or any of that stuff, no paranormal discussions. Other than that, you're welcome as long as you're over 18. Follow the guidelines of the show. We'd like to hear your experiences. And we have KitKat and my friend April here. And we'll bring up, let's see, Oz for 200. So let's bring Oz for 200 up here with our panel. And let's see if TikTok works correctly here. Oz for 200, welcome to Encounters.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Whereabouts are you?
Okay. Oh, I'm in Florida.
Florida, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, I just want everybody to know that I caught a shape-shifting reptilian alien person in my bedroom, and I'm not lying at all.
When did this happen?
I got every bit of it on video. Last year, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
posting the video since last year, pretty much every single day, and they've been throwing it underneath the mat pretty much every single day. They've been doing a great job of hiding my video.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you want to, now that you told me that, do you want to make sure that that doesn't ever happen again? Because that's not something good.
Oh, yes,
Do you want to see it
possibly.
stopped?
Yes.
You're talking to the right group of people here.
Absolutely.
And KitKat knows this, April knows this. One of my missions here, even before I met April, was that I learned over time that I can send a ship. Whereabouts are you in Florida?
Oh, in the Miami area.
Miami area, okay. So here's what I like to do without knowing the full story. Just the word that word alone is enough to get me to do something I have to do. So I'm going to send a spaceship to your location right now. I work that quickly. I'm going to shift my consciousness for a minute. So we go from the regular talk show host to the Ashtar Commander. I want you to close your eyes, number one. I want you to clear your mind out, number two. And number three, we're going to do some positive shift of energy. Are you in a house, apartment, or a condo?
Yeah, I'm at my house right now.
Okay, that's fine. I want you to close your close your eyes and clear your consciousness for me. And don't even do anything with clear your consciousness. I'm going to send a spaceship cloaked over that area. It will not be detected. I'm going to ask in the ship, we have plenty of personnel on the ship. We're going to send 10 Ashtar Command people cloaked off the ship. You won't even notice they're there. Well, you'll feel the energy, but you won't notice them. In about 2 minutes or less, as you close your eyes, I want you to say, I'm a Christed being of light while you're doing this. So I want you to say, I'm a Christed being of light.
You say you want me to say what now?
I want you to say, I'm a Christed being of light.
What does that mean?
That means that we're going to protect you, and you're going to protect yourself with radiant light. So when we use the word, I'm a Christed being of light, it has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with light protection. And
I'm gonna be honest here, man. I think I have 100% proof we're living in a simulation. Well, I don't think I know.
well, no, we're not in a simulation. I'm trying to help you here. I want you to drop all that for a moment. I want to help you here. So I want to protect you from having that experience again if you'll let me. I can do this, but I need you to agree to do this. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, man, you don't understand the things I've seen, though.
Right. I understand the reptilians have interfered with your life, and that's not good. I want to try to help you. If you let me do what I'm going to do, I can't force you to do it. But if I do this, the Ashtar Command will come in there, and you'll have never, ever a problem with the reptilians again. I guarantee it.
This will help you.
He's
Yeah,
trying to help you.
yeah. He will.
Oh, he left.
He got scared.
Yeah.
If he's having some bad things happening, I wonder why he didn't want to listen.
Right.
He's probably just afraid.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
shouldn't.
The commander's only trying to help you if you're still listening. He's
Yeah.
not trying to trick you into anything. This
Nope.
isn't anything weird. He's trying to send help to kick the reptilians out of your space so they're not bothering you anymore.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
It's worked for many, many people, including me.
Yeah. Right.
So,
You know, and he'll remember what I've said. It'll
yeah.
take time. He'll either come back and, want to have some healing, or he won't, and that's fine. So Moonslice says, I've been in his shoes. It was pretty rough when I went through it. I can imagine, what he was been going through. And, you can't help everybody if they don't want to help. We won't send the ships there to help them. So can't, it's kind of hard. Oh, it's a business for him. Okay. Yeah, I noticed on his thing it says he charges for whatever. I gotcha. That could be part of the problem. But, we appreciate him trying to come on here. As soon as he told me that, I had to go into commandership mode when we want to help people. Because people have known I've helped people since last year. I've helped people with negative ET problems, and we sent ships up to where they were, and they never had the problems ever again. Because they were willing to do the initial work on their end, that it made a difference, and always does. But he'll remember this moment that he was on here, and hopefully he'll figure it out.
Somebody has a question about the what story? I'm sorry, I flew by too quick.
That's right, Honey McRails. Most don't understand Christ consciousness. It is still associated with earth-based religion. Yeah, they don't understand that. Maybe he wanted to have a video, and yeah, I understand he charges dollars for his videos, I guess. I don't think he understands. Can I play? Let's see here. Commander, it's a business. Okay. Any questions? I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Did anybody get his name? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, me neither. I don't remember.
All right. Well, it is what it is, as the old saying goes, and we just continue onward, right? Yeah, Oz something, yeah. Oh, he might have been afraid it would affect his business. Maybe Oz 200 it was, yeah. Oh, well, hey, look, the commander can only do what he can do to help somebody on Earth, but we can't help everybody, right?
True.
And let me see here. We had, okay, the other ones that wanted to come up, they disappeared. The other ones were probably trolls. That's why they didn't stay very long. Any other questions for us? If you want to come on and ask us a question. Who is the commander? I am. I think it's Tanya. So when I say commander, that word means that I'm in spiritual control of my own physical being. It's not the same terminology, let's say, as being a commander of a Navy ship or a commander of the Air Force. It just means that we are spiritually in command of who we are, our spiritual being. And you are in control of your own spiritual being. Everyone is. Not everybody knows that, but we all are, you know? Yeah. There's somebody else wanting to come up, but I need to find out who they are. Here comes Boo. So here comes Boo. Can you tell us who you are and what you want to talk about before I bring Here Comes Boo on with our panel?
I love that name.
Here comes Boo. I like the name too.
Makes me want to sing.
Native Tribe 1 might come up. And this way, if you have any questions for the three of us out of the 5 that are going off planet within a year, please, you're welcome to do so. So I know Native Tribe 1 wants to come up here. Native Tribe 1 will bring you up. Here comes Boo. We need to know what you want to talk about.
No, people do not pay the commander to get rid of reptilians. This is something that we do because it needs to be done.
Yeah, I don't get paid for any of that. I do my mission work. That's part of my mission work. I did it last night with Renee, and she had problems, and we took care of it. Native Tribe 1, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on here. So you're now amongst 3 of the 5 of us that are going off planet in less than a year. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I've been on planet for about 49 years and first had ET contact when I was about 6 years old.
6 years old. It's interesting. And do
Yep.
you remember when you were 6, what that was like? Can you share what the contact was like, what the physical beings were like?
The physical beings were very similar to what I would have called them grays or something early on in my life, and I realized that they are from Sirius now. So
Oh yeah,
that's
they were blue colored, right?
yep, blue, and I really had never had them re-enter my life. I have a surgical scar from where my wrist was cut and I was implanted too. So
So who?
I was
Were you implanted by the Syrians, or were you implanted by another group of beings?
I was at least I would think implanted by the on behalf of the Syrians. Especially I'm fully awake and for the last 8 years. I do my own show sometimes on your topic, so I appreciate what you're doing here.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I think that a lot of it just really boils down to with me. I'm a code study, so I study code really hard. And right after I was visited when I was a kid, my IQ test was somewhere around 168 in first
Hmm.
grade. So I
Wow.
immediately tested extremely high IQ. I'm still extremely high IQ, although not like extremely high IQ in a job position or something
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm. So when you had contact with the Syrians, um, I don't think anybody should be implanted, but do you know why these particular Syrians implanted you?
I think it's a family thing with me. I think that they've been especially involved in North America since it was new. And I think that it's just I live in Alabama. So I think in part it's how they track family in all honesty.
Hmm.
I used to hold a lot of animosity to it, but I don't think I would have all the remote viewing skills and things like that I would have if I didn't have it. And I think
So
that most people that I talk to have these same implant marks and scars. It's usually on the opposite hand of the wrist that you write with,
hmm.
and most people usually have a little ball under their jaw that feels like a little BB.
Hmm. So I suppose some people would have implants, although there are other people with their star family that have no implants. It's just that they are activated without anything like that. So it's curious as to you know, why the Syrians couldn't just activate you without implanting, or if they, why would they have to track you when they can just come and visit you?
They're not who I consider implanted me. In fact, I mean, not who contacted me. In fact,
Oh,
I think that I was kind of placed with like a tracker type thing.
yeah.
And at the time, I was in the heavy equipment business and worked in, I was working in the North Alabama area, and that's where um, the NASA Space and Rocket Center Redstone Arsenal is. Right
Oh,
next
okay.
to right next to Redstone Arsenal is a Polaris motorcycle plant. And
Hmm.
about as soon as I went into Polaris, within the first visit or two I made to Polaris, all of those implants became something different than they ever were. So Polaris
Huh.
is the one that changed it. And I know it seems weird that it was like one of those corporate places to go, but it really is where it happened. So I
Hmm.
started feeling something moving in my body that I'd never felt before, and that all started at the Polaris plant in Madison, Alabama.
Hmm. So when the implant happened, it happened at this plant you're talking about.
No, no, the implant happened when I was a kid. The implants
Okay.
were, as far as I'm concerned, were just not active, and
Hmm.
I, whatever for whatever reason, when I went into that Polaris plant, it was like they were activated.
I gotcha. Interesting, interesting. And I'm multitasking here. Eric, here comes Boo Boo Kitty says, I just have questions about reincarnation. I started past life, Akashic reading, Mars home planet. Interesting. I'm going to follow you there. Here comes Boo. We'll bring you up, Boo, in a few minutes with your question. Um, but it seems like at this juncture of your life, thank you, Native Tribe. At this juncture of your life, are you having contact now?
All day, every day.
So you have contact with the space people all the time still.
Yeah, in fact, I could. They usually on my show, I can get them to like answer questions and stuff. So if you wanted to know, I'm sure I could just play the medium on it.
Now you say play medium. Can you explain that to our audience what that means?
I hear them on a different frequencies than I hear other people. So I can usually hear them speaking to me through like a running engine or that type of frequency. So I've got a air conditioner and I can hear it normally. I can just hear it better like that. I keep a fan running so I can hear it.
Interesting. So everyone has different ways of hearing or experiencing. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever physically been taken off planet?
Oh, I have memories of that. I don't know of that. My memories. I have a lot of memories of Orion and Nibiru.
Hmm.
When I study stuff, I most specifically get to where I'm studying, and the channeling leads me to this is Orion and most specifically Mintaka and Halcyon and those areas like that. But
Yeah. So
Sirius,
it's a quiet.
I, I
Yeah.
I have family from Sirius, and that's where my children, my at least star children, come from. At least
And have you met your family physically from the Sirius star system?
I meet them every day. They're everywhere you go. You know that's what a lot of people don't understand is they're already everywhere anyway, and
Yeah.
so many people that we know in this world are really just people that are there to help us through our journey, and that's part of what that is just the
Interesting.
people
Interesting.
that I
Very
think that
good.
there are people that are purposefully made to be multiple uses, as strange as that seems.
So we're also bringing up. We have Native here. I know Boo Boo. Let's see. Was it Boo? And I also let you know we have my friend April in Vermont, KitKat from Long Island, Native Tribe. We have Here Comes Boo Boo. Here comes Boo Boo. Welcome to Encounters.
Hi, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yes, good evening or good morning. Where are you located?
I am in Arkansas.
Oh, good. And welcome to the show. Say hello
Arkansas.
to April and KitKat and also Native Tribe.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello, hello.
You have a lot of static on your phone there. Here comes Boo Boo. Okay, try again. Are you there? That's really weird. Are you still with us? Here comes Boo Boo. I was going to say, here comes Boo Boo. Yeah, but the little sillier side of me here. But I don't know where that person is. Here comes Boo Boo. Are you still there? There's no microphone there either.
No.
Here comes Boo Boo. Just disappeared off my live. You know, the weird thing is, I just heard an echo on their phone, and they were gone in like a nanosecond.
That's weird. Maybe he'll come back.
And maybe he'll come back. Here comes Boo Boo. Yeah, there was a lot of static on Boo Boo's thing.
Come back.
So we lost Boo Boo. We lost you, Boo Boo. All right.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo. Let's get a picnic basket going here. If I get on a roll with that one, man, it'll never stop. He had a lot of static. Boo Boo could have been taken on a spaceship right now. We'll never know. But in all kidding aside, we have a Native Tribe here, our guest, talking about his experiences with the Syrians and his cosmic family. We have April, my sister up in Vermont, and who's been on the Astro ships over 13 times, and KitKat, myself, and April, amongst Johnny and also Chesno, will be going in less than a year. We'll be going with April on the Astro ships to do mission work. So, and welcome back.
This is exactly how they look.
Okay, so what would you call
My
them?
bad, y'all. I'm sorry.
Are they those? So those beings that you're talking about, who are they?
Like I said, they to me they say they're from Sirius, and that the new generation of kids that are here from Sirius region is Sirius C.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a big disruption to the process of things that's happened, and I think a lot of people experience this, and they point to that during 2012 or so, that Proxy B, our closest Goldilocks region, took a devastating gamma ray from their sun. So that is something that is no longer linkable as far as how the planetary systems work. So that's when a lot of people like seemingly changed kind of instantly in a way that they became maybe more important in their neighborhood or something than they used to be.
Mm-hmm. So people are asking, they're asking Native that the pictures you're showing of those beings with the big eyes look like they're Zeta, not are those Zeta?
Yeah, but no, it's not. That's serious. But it still comes from the same place as far as what they tell me. Everything that is a clone based visitor like that would be Andromedian in build, regardless, and sold to the Anunnaki. So even Zeta Reticuli, they would consider it to be overall the overall hat of Anunnaki, which they say run the galaxy as far as we know.
So the Anunnaki, though, I have friends in the Adirondacks. No, not in the Adirondacks. What am I talking about? In the Appalachian Mountains. Their portrayal of the Anunnaki, that they're beautiful human-looking beings, and they've had in the last 2 weeks they've had the Anunnaki off their ships physically look just like us.
Yeah, and they've been exactly. I've never seen anybody from Sirius look like that. I've met people. I've met.
These are what they would. This was what they would call like their computer clones. So they're not what they would they're not them in physical form. They're like they would be like sending R2D2 or C3PO with their
Oh,
consciousness. So
hmm.
it's not a they're not going to put themselves physically in danger. This is like how they visit and how they and
Yeah.
they're and when they do visit, they're multi they can carry multiple personalities, basically whoever you want to speak with. So it's non-exclusive to anybody. They're just kind of like a telephone home.
Okay,
Um,
I
so
gotcha.
you're okay. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that there are there are some of the species that are already here that have been living on our planet for thousands of years. I'm just curious as to why they would
Yeah.
um, send down these beings carrying multiple personalities in them or
Yeah.
multiple beings in them. I mean, are they coming down to visit like specific people? Is that
They
what you're
are
saying?
they're kind of communicating to me at the same time. They're saying they're not multiple personalities. They're basically blank. So when your cosmic family or whatever wants to speak with you, they would
Okay.
send like one of these, and then it can take the personality of multi anybody. Basically, you can speak with
Hmm.
anybody.
Hmm.
So it's they really are not conscious as much as they are to uh, display the conversation of consciousness
Hmm.
with something physical.
So the space people that created these beings, would you say image wise that those that are the real ones in the sense that they are more human like?
Well, I think especially when you study the word, and I do a lot of code study. So if you look at all the Anunnaki history, everything kind of goes back to Anu and Kai, and Anu and Kai's names are both in Anunnaki. You know, it's Anu's at the front of Anunnaki and Kai's at the end. So Anunnaki is still the overall race. So Sirius would be like saying Ford or Chevy, and so's the sun. You know, but if you look at the word human, being human, you know, HUMAN is basically the code word inside the English language always has AN to kind of point to that. Even something
Hmm.
like the Lyrans or something
Hmm.
like that is a creation of the overall beings of that came from Orion and the Nebula
Hmm.
region.
Now the
And
Anunnaki, again.
no, I was just pointing to the. I'm sorry, I spit it out because I'm kind of the information is kind of flowing on me. And they always tell me about the computer aspects of the world. If you look at the word like Atlantis, it has LAN like local area network and IS on the end like information system. Or the Book
Hmm.
of Amos is like Alpha Matrix operating system uh, that's purely displays like if you look at the from the biblical standpoint, if from the word gene like genetics, and then Adam like atoms, and then Eve like evolution, like the revolution of the atoms, and then the first book of the New Testament, like matter. That's kind of knowing all the breakdowns of nuclear
Nope.
managed to tell us about it. It's
Yeah.
Einstein, right?
Yeah. So, with the Anunnaki and the Anunnaki that we deal with are actually human, very spiritual beings of light. So the beings that our friend Ray and Mary are having, that they've actually been live and showing us the areas. They've seen the big ships of the Anunnaki over their property. They've documented photos, and the Anunnaki look just like us. They're taller, but they are part of a galactic grouping. People think the Anunnaki are this one group that oversees everything. They're not. They're part of an intergalactic spiritual grouping of many spiritual planetary systems of light. They also work in also the Christ consciousness levels as light. So, but there's a lot of different people that have different perspectives. But my friends in the Appalachians, they have been overwhelmed by communications with the Anunnaki, which are taller, human, men and women, and they are absolutely beautiful.
Likewise, I live at the foot of the Appalachians. I live almost directly on the 33rd parallel.
Yeah.
And in Alabama, I live next to the tallest point in the state.
Oh,
I do a
good.
lot of playing around with what the sky god matrices are that are still here. It's not something that scares me. I'm really familiar with the stuff at this point, and studying Muskogee Native American history, which is Choctaw, Cherokee, Creek, and Chickasaw, which would also be in the Appalachians, which would be Cherokee. There's words that are keys to that. Like literally, the word Cherokee means chariot key.
Yeah,
And if you look at Chehaw, there was
Hello,
supposed to
have
be
fun.
a god there
Hi.
that was said to be called a Sajata Amasi, and
mm,
that he created their world after the floods receded. And
yeah,
if you're a remote viewer and such, like a lot of us, then by, it's there
yeah.
very
Say hello.
strongly.
Say hello, native tribe, to my friends Mary and Ray. They're in the Appalachians in Pennsylvania. They're the ones who've documented and shown pictures of the Anunnaki spaceships, which are really big. And I'm going to let them share some stuff. They would be like my friend April in Vermont with the contacts that we have with our space family, our biological cosmic family. So, welcome, Ray and Mary. Welcome to the show, and it's
Hi,
nice to see.
everybody.
So we have, like I
Hello.
said, it's really kind of cool because we have April, who's have been going on the ships 13 times. You guys are having contact with the Anunnaki physically, and so it's good to have everybody here.
They're actually the Anunnaki are beautiful, kind, very technical beings, but they are very humanoid-like. I've also met from the planet series different species of beings from there. The mer people are from Sirius. The dolphins that are on our planet were originally from Sirius. The octopi were from there as well.
Yes, it's a lot of beautiful stuff here, and I know that Mary and Ray. Since the last time you're on, I assume that you're having more contact with the space people from the Anunnaki.
Oh, yeah. So I took a picture the other night, and it must have been a ship because KitKat saw it, and I'm like, why does the color look so funny? And KitKat goes, you just got a ship. It's pretty
And
cool.
and how? What time was this? And how big was the ship?
So it was last night after I got off with you guys. I always go out and snap pictures, and that's when I caught it. It was like around, I don't know, probably 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And how big was that ship?
It was huge.
Hmm.
I mean, it looked like there was a mountain behind me, and I don't have a mountain like that.
Wow, that's pretty big. And how low was the ship? How low is it to? Because you're up in the country, up in the mountains there.
It was pretty low. It must have been sitting right above a mountain.
Really interesting. And how far was the mountain from your location of your home? Because we've seen your home in the daylight.
Um, so the thing that looked like a mountain, which was a ship, was about, I don't know, less than a half a mile from me.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Um, and so, have the Anunnaki physically again shown themselves or come up to your house or anything or not?
Well, we haven't seen that, but when I go outside every so often, like that face that I caught, or like the white stuff that I'm getting, I think they're telling me to come in because they have to take care of something outside of my house. So I'm
Oh, oh,
not involved
they're
in it.
they're working on your property.
Yeah.
Well, that's what April was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure it out too. So yeah, it made sense that they're working on something on your property. Yeah.
Yeah, they're often doing stuff at night. There's been a few disruptions with some portals, and they might be in the process of closing something on that might be near or on or close to your property. I
Well, I
wasn't
probably got
understanding your
about I
question.
probably got about 4 portals on this property, so
That
Well,
might be what they were telling
they're
you.
probably closing them, like April's saying. I bet they're closing the ones that were not supposed to be open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that goes
crazy.
to that. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Native.
That goes to that same situation that happened in Proxy B. With that, the problem with that is that was sort of part of our incarnation wheel, or not sort of. It was in part of an incarnation wheel for us. So now you kind of have this backlog of souls that are still kind of. I think a lot of people would experience this, especially if you live in the home of a deceased family member or something, where they're kind of like constantly trying to incarnate back into the world. And but that, if anything, sure shows you like where your family came from in the first place.
Yeah, with these portals that were open, they were opened by this technology over in Europe. They during the eclipse, and so um, they were opening. We talked about this the other night. They were opening portals with dark matter, and the Ashtar Command has been really working all over the place to make sure all these portals are closed down and that nothing comes in.
Well, that must be
April,
why they're giving me messages not to go outside then.
yeah, that's why April talked about this. You remember you talked about this the other night.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. That's what they're doing. Because we
Well,
decided the scientists didn't realize they were doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. And scientists on Earth are like that. Like when we created the nuclear bomb, scientists that created it, after they saw what it did, they looked back and they were probably not too happy with what they did, but they created it. They do things without thinking about what the consequences are. You know.
Well, I think it's really amazing because I have all sorts of stuff here. So they're helping me a lot because a
Yeah.
lot of the activity has calmed down. So,
Oh, good.
well, may I offer something real quick too? I live on what was a Native American town. I live in Talladega. It was a Creek Native American town. It
Yeah.
was called a border. It meant border town.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got here, I was hearing a lot of racism, and this was uh, characteristic racism. It seemed like old. So I kept hearing this term, and this is something that I found with some of my friends that are Anunnaki contacts. They were hearing this N word, please, and it would like badger them like over and over and over again. So I created a fix for it. And if you say that you're new from New Bureau or New Bureau with the NU rather than an NI, that will immediately go away. That was something that was taken advantage of after the fact by somebody taking the like the German depiction of the word NI and making it like no. So I'm talking about southern towns where people have claimed to have heard that shit for years and it just stopped. So I made a video on my page about it too. I'm coming up on 1 year. It'll be 5/22/2023, where I heard that shit for almost 6 years in my ear, calling me the N word
Yeah.
daily, sometimes thousands of times, and that stops it alone.
Yeah. But I think that as we go into this cosmic Christ consciousness, everyone, I think all these things that on Earth have been occurring, well, like I said, in the next year and a half, we're going to have a lot of the star people coming here. They're coming here now. Many more ships and fleets are coming here. And it is sad that there's so many things that have been done on this planet with the human races of many different generations and times before us. And now's the time where we're going to correct all that. And we're going to be living in universal love and harmony, where we live as beautiful beings of light. And it's going to be a gradual shift of consciousness. And it all gets back to love, which is the way our families live beyond Earth. They live in constant love 24 hours a day on a spiritual level. And we as human beings, many billions and billions of human beings, now have to learn how to love each other and learn how to embrace each other and learn how to be filled with light. And, no matter how we get there, we will get there, because now's the time for all of that to occur. There's no turning back. People can't say, well, I'm not sure, I've been waiting for all this contact to happen for a long time. I'm not so sure I'm ready to have that happen. Ready or not, it's going to happen. There's no excuses anymore. There's no hiding in the closet. There are people, it's amazing. People want contact and then they don't want contact. You have to make up your mind. Either you're going to want the contact or you don't want the contact, right? You can't have it both ways.
So,
That
Commander, the
is,
other thing is I want to make sure people know that you do not have to be scared of them, because ever since I've had contact, I have this blue orb that's around me constantly that's protecting me.
Yeah, that's almost like April. What would you call that?
Her fairy protector. Everybody has one, and
Yeah.
every single person has one. We have just forgotten how to see them, and those that are waking up are starting to see them now.
Mm.
And they work alongside with the space beings. They do.
So, Mary,
I
that's your
can't,
protector. What, Native?
I can't even get back to the third dimension. I've tried. I've tried in about every way possible. The closest I can even get is trying to go into the first dimension, and then it gets kind of third dimension. So to
Yeah.
me, I've tried kicking it off for a long time. I think what you said is just about as true and as clear as anything that anybody has ever said. Is once you're contacted, you're fully contacted, and it's all day long, every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even when you're sleeping, so it doesn't go away. I think that's the hardest thing for people that get contacted to ever realize is your shit is not turning the back. It's just not
Yeah.
going back off.
Well, Tiffany's saying and we just have to watch our languaging here because of TikTok.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry. My
no
bad.
problem. No, you're all right. Now you're all right. So, the veil is thin. Well, the veil is already thin. It's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
There actually is no veil anymore. That's why everything's happening the way it is. Our planetary system is now all the planets in our system, our galaxy and other galaxies within our universe. Everything is going up, up, up. Meaning, the spiritual frequencies are increasing, right? So it makes sense that now that we're at that frequency, now we can reconnect with our star family. Before we were at that frequency, we couldn't even begin to figure out how that would work. Now we're in that consciousness, not like I said, there's still billions of human beings that are not actually awakened yet to that consciousness, but we are there. It's just a matter of turning the switch and saying, okay, now the whole planet's going to be that way. But again, it's going to be a gradual thing. Like when we go off planet, the five of us, we are going to be a first wave of coming back with information from the Astro Command. When the other groups of five, whatever they are, start doing this, it's going to be a reality check for people, and we're going to bring back information, and we are going to be more activated. And I'm sure April can attest to this, that before she had contact and reconnection with her mother and father of planet, hey Rod, that she still had her fairy contacts and all that stuff going on. But now that she's met her family physically on the ship, I would say it's probably changed her life, right, April?
Yeah, I mean, I was already having contact with fairies and cryptids. So it was like I was like adding one more thing into my family. It really was. When my
Mm,
family actually started showing themselves, it was this one more joyful thing to add into my life. I mean, yes, it's great, and there's wonderful technology, and there's wonderful things to learn from them, but it's like adding one more piece to the puzzle in your life that was missing. And it's a beautiful experience. It truly is, and I feel very blessed to be having these experiences. And this isn't just experiences for me to have. When contact happens, we are all going to be having these experiences,
yeah,
and it's going to be a beautiful thing, guys. It truly is.
and it really is. I mean, and she's speaking from experience because she physically has gone on the ship. She didn't go into a dream and say, I wish I'd go there. The Ashtar Command operates, and their ships come from many different planetary systems of light. And believe it or not, the light beings, the space people, they do travel on ships, and some of them can come through different frequencies very quickly. So it's beyond human comprehension, a lot of it, and it'll all be different. But
And for those of
and
you
like I
who are
said,
new, they actually came and contacted me in the middle of one of my lives and came and took me on the ships during one of my lives. And there was multiple witnesses to that. So guys, this is really happening. This is happening. And for those naysayers, we don't have a choice, guys. This is going on now. And when big contact does happen, it's going to be a wonderful, beautiful thing. We're going to be going into this whole new shift, and there's going to be so many beautiful things happening for us. But this is stuff that we all have to work on together as a community, as one, not just as
right.
different states and all that stuff. There's not going to be any more of that. We've got to think of ourselves as one whole community of species.
And Lego Tango. Hello, my comments showing. I don't think I saw your comments, Lego Tango. Please repeat your question or comment. We'll try to get to it on the show here. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, the host of the show. My guests here are KitKat, April. We have Mary and Ray, and also Native Tribe here with us tonight. And it's true. What April's saying is true. So people need to understand something, that the time is up for hedging contact. The time is up for saying, I'm not sure if I'm ready for it. If you weren't ready for it 30 years ago and you're not ready for it now, you're going to have to get ready for it now, because there's no place to hide. You can't hide in some closet or in a room when the contact happens and say, all those spaceships up in the sky are starting to land on Earth. I'm not ready. You won't have a chance. You won't have a choice. This is not a matter of choice anymore. The reason why they're now making contact, it's time, and it's also because they're fed up with our governments of the world covering up the fact that they exist for over 70 years. And let's face it, the governments of the world involved in the subject have covered it up for over 70 years on Earth, making you think that nothing like this exists, when in fact it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if y'all mean like mental travel to ships and stuff all the freaking time, I thought you meant physical travel. I did physically travel when I guess when I was 6. I came back with the scars to prove that was a physical ordeal. But I've been traveling with Anunnaki High Council for about since August of or no September of 2022, and
Hmm.
my loop usually goes through Sirius, uh, Algol, then to Vega, and then generally back to Earth.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we're almost at 100,000. We need to get to 100,000 likes. I'm multitasking, looking. I also am going to change the hat. I'm going to have a new goal here. So I want people to feel free to also go to my Venmo if you want to give me a direct donation on my Venmo account. Just go to my Cash App. We're going to switch it to, we're going to switch the thing off here. Let me see if I can do that. I'm pinning the goal so I can create a new one. Okay, can I do this? Okay. So now we're going to edit the goal. I'm supposed to be able to edit the goals. Here we go. God bless you. So I'm going to do this goal here, and if we have 8 people that do what my new goal is here, I'm going to do a special word for tonight's show, and let's see, confirm my goal. Yes,
Did
I
you see
just
what?
said in.
Did you see what somebody's name is in there? It's Tahar.
Yes, and I did see that. We do have a Tahar in there. So, and I'm going to do something, and we want to welcome people to the show. I have to say this, Native Tribe, thank you for that. I do have my goal set, and if I get all 8 of them, I will do 8 of those Tahars. If 8 people who have TikTok coins support me with the hat and the mustache, I will do it. Tahar.
He does the whole body. He does it. Thank you, Paranormal. He gets me with the face every time.
So, Commander, I'm going to go out tonight and take some more pictures, so hopefully I can find something again.
Yeah,
I
have fun. You're
hope
gonna
you
have to send
can.
me some of those.
Yeah, I want to see pictures of those too. Thank you, everybody, for. I actually completed the goal, so I think you know what it is. I can't wait to see the pictures. And I, if you can, Mary, you need to be able to tell a story about the pictures you're putting up because sometimes I don't know what I'm looking at. So if you can do that, it'll help everybody because like a spaceship, we saw this at whatever it is, just like a little sentence or two about what we're looking at.
I
That
will
really would
get
help.
better at that.
I just figured I'm just critiquing it in a positive way because I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out some of the pictures. Some I know, some I don't know when people looking at them. So it's really, it's just a good thing. And I'm only saying that because, we send our love to you guys up there. And, being in the media, that's one thing I like to see is I want to let people at least know, like, oh, there was a spaceship at 8 o'clock at night. Look to the left of the screen or, whatever.
Yeah, I got to get better at that. I'll get a little
You'll,
better.
you'll get better. You're just doing it, you're just trying to start out documenting it and you're learning in the process. So I completely get it. And we would want to thank everybody for the first 8 gifts. I was so excited with the Tahar thing that we were doing before. I go into a different consciousness when I have that happen. So it seems that is the favorite of most of my audience is the hat and the mustache. It's pretty amazing what people do on here to get me to do something. We have somebody who wants to be a guest. And who is there? Oh, KitKat. What happened to KitKat? We're bringing her back on here. KitKat, our friend from Long Island.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
We'll stay on here to 1:30. If I'll stay on to 1:30 if I get some more hats with the mustache. I will promise you I will stay on here to 1:30 on the show if I get more hats from different people. To do a hat,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to have TikTok coins. If you want me
By
to
the
say the
way,
word,
guys,
yes.
this phone number came over my phone yesterday, and it was all ones.
Wow.
Interesting.
I mean, all of them were ones. It blew me away.
That's amazing.
And the phone started, like, tweaking out on me. Like, it started moving all of a sudden.
Did you answer?
What do you mean it started moving? The phone?
The screen. Like, the screen was, like, moving back like it was being downloaded or, like if you hook it up to a computer and the screen starts shaking.
Yeah. That's weird. What do you think what do you think's happening?
Well, I think that's when the Anunnaki's around us, so I know they're here.
Yeah. I'm actually listening to what you just said. I think you're absolutely correct. Seriously speaking, I think they're just letting you know they're utilizing your phone just like with April's phone. So that's interesting. They are utilizing. Do you find that the Anunnaki are utilizing your phone?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Exactly. And April, you have your phones used that are being used by our space family.
Yes.
See? A car. I'm sorry.
Lisa says
That
she
happened.
doesn't think it's the Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki, yes.
Yeah, Lisa says that she doesn't think it's the Anunnaki.
Oh, Lisa doesn't think it's the Anunnaki?
Uh-huh.
I think it is the Anunnaki.
I do too.
It is definitely the Anunnaki.
They're very technical people.
And we have Lego to go. Lego to go. If you have a question, please ask it. I will definitely read your question to our audience here. Let's see. Tar. I'm sorry. I made a promise. Lego, I do see you. Go ahead with your question. Tar. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
whole body for me.
Okay, Lisa's saying to you, Mary, that those are the government spying on you. Do you believe it's the government? It's your experience, so you'll know more than anybody else. How
Well,
do you
I'll
feel?
tell you. So they are around. The
Thank
government
you,
is
Nita.
around because they've taken pictures off my phone that I probably shouldn't have got anyway. But when the Anunnaki is here, we feel really joyful, and it's just really amazing when they're around us.
I think you're too well protected for it to be the government to be in
Yeah.
there.
The government would
You're
be in there.
definitely very well protected.
Yeah, I'm not feeling anything with government over your property. Even if they have monitored you, the Anunnaki will protect you. They're not going to get near your place.
Yeah, Ray says he doesn't think the government's around either. He thinks it's all the Anunnaki.
Yeah, I'm going with the Anunnaki. Tar. I'm sorry about that.
Lego wanted to ask about the recent possible I cannot talk tonight.
Telepathic ET
communications too.
Oh well, tar. I'm sorry. I'm going to answer your question. This is something I have to. I made a promise. But the Lego to go. I want to ask about my recent possible telepathic ET communications. Okay, yes, let's talk about that. So you're a telepathic communicator, and you're having contact with ETs. Can you express who they are? What they're communicating to you? Have they said where they come from as well? Lego to go. And Ben's place, will answer your question about the Anunnaki in a minute or so. And we're over 100,000. Thank you, everybody. So to go, please share your information about who you're communicating with telepathically. I'm going to go down here to read your comment. Lisa's okay. So again, I usually have to go with the people having the experience because they're the ones having the experience. When you say it's not an Anunnaki, Lisa, I have to defer to the fact that the two people I know in the Appalachian Mountains, they are protected, and the space people can utilize our phone technology. Not to mention the fact that the government can play around with phones too, and there is truth to that. But I'm not getting any of that coming from them up in Pennsylvania.
And we have no bad spirits here either. There's nothing bad here. Everything is positive.
Commander,
so Lisa, yes,
they just came across my phone and said you're protected.
Oh, good.
You're protected.
How cool.
And Lisa, we have connections off planet, and April's talking to her parents, and they're communicating with her right now. Whatever you're going through, Lisa, it's not the same thing they're going through. Again, when someone's projecting an experience, and maybe that's been your experience, Lisa, and I'm sorry if you've had that, they're not having that experience. They're just not. I understand where you're coming from, but I just don't see it. And just now, our space family on the ship said they are well protected. And we'll go with that over Earth-based, stuff. I'm not saying there aren't people in the world having those situations occur. They're just not having it. I wasn't getting it from day one. I'm not getting it from now. And I read information in my consciousness. I'm tuned in a lot, and Ray and Mary are not having any of that. And you are welcome to disagree with that, but it's just not happening. Maybe it must have happened to you because you very much are, conscious of it, but it's not happening with them,
I just hope that you open your heart and your mind and allow yourself to feel what they're bringing, because they're bringing world peace and love, and you can feel that, and
Yeah.
knowledge, and you can feel that when they're around you.
And Yaya, you don't have to behave, Yaya. Sister, you don't have to behave. Just be who you are.
Yeah, behave never.
Yeah.
And Lisa, you don't have to want anybody. You just have to, we understand where you're coming from. Again, that's not their experience. Everyone has different experiences. It's not all the same. I completely get what you're saying, but it's not happening for them. Not sure I got the impression of a gray. It gave information about humanity's place. Lego, we have to get you up to 200. You have 93 right now. So and Lego, if you want us to follow you or people to follow you, you need to change your setting to public, and then we can follow you and get you up here. You know.
Hey, this is
Hey,
I have. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just holler. I
no.
have Muskogee Creek Indian and Cherokee heritage, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm always talking with them. So I'm hearing what Half Pint's saying. She's probably got Cherokee in her bloodlines, and then if you're in the Appalachians, and you're right, they are a happy Anunnaki folk. And if you look at the name of like what the original planetary design was as far as time that goes, North America would have been known as Mu.
Hmm.
So the name of that overall tribe that Cherokee was in was the Muskogee. So it's
Hmm.
got Mu right in the front. So that's also, if you look at it from computer keys and stuff like that, it's like Mu Go key or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that being said, over Creek Indian land in native in Atmore, Alabama, I took this picture one night, and this is you can see to the top left of the moon.
Yeah.
Um, that same kind of round orb that was kind of recently released in the last couple of days
Yeah.
in the Pentagon report or whatever.
Who's
So
saying that?
So, native tribe, I am on sacred ancient Indian land.
yeah, I
And they
immediately
were,
picked up when you started talking. She's Cherokee. She's on Cherokee. So that's what
so I heard they were really tall, these Indians. They were like
yeah,
7 feet tall or something.
yeah. In fact, if you look at Alabama, I know some really like exclusive stuff from the state of Alabama because of living here all my life. But I went to the University of Alabama, and the chief of Tuscaloosa, or Chief Tuscaloosa, where Alabama is located, that town is named after Chief Tuscaloosa, and he was said to be 6'10" to 7 something feet tall.
Hmm.
So he is an actual proof of somebody being 6'10". But there's that's there's a lot of and he met Ferdinand de Soto who killed him. So or said was said to have killed him. You know how things are if you live
Hmm.
in Native American land. My land's very active. I've remote viewed it quite a few times, and there's a lot of ancient temple build around me, and up on Cheehaw
Yeah.
in the mountain.
Interesting. So we're getting close to near 1:30. We'll still be on here for a few more minutes, and then we're on the East Coast. So this show is on usually at 11 o'clock. We went on at 10:30, 10:15 tonight, yesterday. Um, so we'll kind of wind it down a little bit. First, I want to thank everyone for being here. I love everybody out here. I thank you for your gifts, your support, your messages to April to have her heal. And everyone send their love and light to April, and she so that she will be completely healed, and she'll be running around the apple orchard when she gets here. That's only a few weeks away. So she'll be running in the orchard, pulling apples off the tree. No, I'm just kidding you. And I'll be saying to her,
Commander, is that native tribe is showing? Is that an orb or a planet?
It appears to be an orb. Is that an orb or a planet, native tribe?
That is the star Andromeda.
Can you explain what you mean? Did you say star intermedia?
No, the star Andromeda.
Okay, explain what that is.
Andromeda is something that's the home of the kind of the computer clone building business.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about the name Andro and Media,
Mm-hmm.
it controls a lot of the systems that are planetary. So, if you've read a lot of Anunnaki books, they speak of sky gods and things like that. And sky
Yeah.
gods are something that's basically programmable matrix type downloads that go into society. And what's really happened recently is these things have become more programmable. Like a native tribe is actually like
Mm-hmm.
a program that I made in the matrix, and
Interesting.
I program into the matrix all the time. I'm a card carrying Anunnaki High Council member, and all of that kind of came to me through my Native American history heritage, and that being where I'm
Mm.
from. So I completely echo the fact that what she's saying, where she's from, especially, is Anunnaki, and the mountains were used as communication bins
Mm.
for. If you look at even like the word Tacoma,
Yeah.
Washington, a Native American name. And you see my name. This is kind of what I talk about on my show when I do mine.
Yeah.
Is just the tie-ins. If you, it's Tartarian, Atlantis, maybe, or uh,
Mm-hmm.
Calm Mountain Anunnaki, or Tartarian Anunnaki Calm America. There's a lot. So with the
Yeah.
Anunnaki, especially if you look at the name like Anu and Kai, being
Mm-hmm.
Enlil and Enki's parents. Um, I think it's kind of funny that people will say that Inky's not like he's really not Kai's child, and they've been in this
Mm-hmm.
fight all this time, and that's the story. But the
Yeah.
name is Enki. He's got Kai's name right in his name. Of
Yeah.
course,
And
that's
also,
his mom.
I, the other thing I would say is when we look at all the ancient sites and all the mountains in the remote areas of our United States and other parts of the world, that is that's where a lot of the bases exist of the space beings, the star family. They chose different parts of the Earth to set up bases. We do have a question from Ben's Place 562. Oh, we. Oh, okay. The person I wanted to answer that question, let's see, was April, but she just disappeared. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here we go. And please welcome back April on planet Earth.
Sorry, guys. I my phone. Somebody called in and it started doing the echo thing again.
Oh, okay. That
Sorry.
could have been one of our parents falling off planet.
Yeah.
No,
So
I'm just kidding
what
about
was the
that.
question?
The question was, when do the five go on the ship? I'm going to let that go to you because you, yeah, I'll
So
just,
big
yeah.
contact's going to be within the next year and a half. We don't know exactly what date. So before big contact happens, within the next year, they will be taking us all aboard ship to go do our training and get our gifts and learn our lessons that we need to
Yeah.
learn. We have no idea how long we are going to be gone for off planet, but it may be for some time because we have a lot to learn and a lot of training to do.
And when she
But I
says,
mean, when we come back, it'll only be like an hour.
yeah. So, like, yeah, like exactly. It'll be like an hour in Earth time. But when we go off planet, it could be like 6 months.
Months.
But it could be like that, and I've never experienced that in my, honestly, not that experience. But April has, so she knows she could be off planet for an hour, and you're sitting in her living room having fried chicken, watching TV, and then an hour later she comes back and she's been away for 4 months.
Couple of weeks,
Because
yeah.
or
I've been
a couple of
gone
weeks.
a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So that's what we will. Well,
Sorry.
like I said, it's that a year and a half goes pretty quickly, but within the year and a half, I keep getting several months from now probably will be starting to have that happen for some reason. And several months is several months, but within a year and a half, but within,
The
I think
closer
it's,
we get, the closer we get to contact
yeah,
is when it'll
yeah,
happen. So
yeah. That's when we're going to be trained. When not trained, we're going to learn things that we don't know. I don't think we're going to be trained. I
Considering
think
how
we're going to,
I considering how I was turned on, I think you could basically mutter to yourself, "I'm in the Polaris Matrix" about 100 times, and it would happen anyway.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, we're getting to 1:30. This has been a long night. I want to thank all the beautiful people here. We would send our love and prayers to April that she heals quickly. We send our love and prayers to our fathers and mothers on the ship and our sisters and brothers. We send our love to KitKat, Half Pint, Native Tribe, and everybody here for being here and supporting this program. We'll see you all tomorrow night, about 11 o'clock, unless people go to sleep early, and I'll come on earlier. But Lego, thank you for being here. Let's see. Let's see. Lego has 113 followers. So everybody follow Lego, and then they can come on live and tell their story. With that said, any final comments, everybody, before we go?
Thank you, Commander, for having us on there. And we
Oh, you're
really
welcome.
hope that people just open their hearts and their minds,
And
and
KitKat,
they'll feel the love coming at them.
they will. I agree with that 100%. Any any last words from where you are?
I just want to say good night to everyone. And just it's been fun.
Yeah, see, KitKat has that light energy that's just bubbling all over the place. She really does. And we'll turn it over to Native Tribe. Any final words of wisdom?
Just everybody manifest yourself something beautiful through your laws of attraction, and I think if anybody wanted to try the programming I've done, it's in the same thing called Native Tribe. So peace out.
All right. And above all, April in the hospital getting well. Any final words um, that you'd like to share?
just love yourselves and love each other. And I
There
love
you
you
go.
all.
And that is the
Love
truth.
you too.
And all I will say is I want to bless everybody. A lot of love to you. I want to thank all the people since I've been on TikTok for a year and now going into the month of May. I want to thank everybody for being here, all the new people, all the friends I've made, all the people, the journeys we're doing together, and all the education and mission work we're doing on this show. I can't thank you enough. So thank you. I appreciate all the gifts tonight, all the gifts you gave friends, the fairies, or whatever. Everybody out there, have a beautiful morning. And we'll catch you again. This has been Encounters, and take care, everybody. Remember, this is a show that's out of this world. Thank you, Serenity. She says, thank you for being super duper, Commander. Well, you're super duper as well, so thank you. Everybody is.
Sweet
Take
dreams,
care.
everybody.
Sweet dreams.
Everybody, sweet dreams.